Hell! God! This train do us strong today. Chai! Oh God, have mercy. Mama, it's a nice experience. See our train. Oh God. Oh God. Imagine them complaining that there is no diesel. After they came to meet us that there is no water. After they came to meet us again that the brake is bad. They kept on giving us excuses. They don't want to tell us what happened. I've been waiting here for the past 2 hours, if no more. So, and this place is bush. We are at Imo River. Ew. Undo. Crossing the Red Sea. Just be going. Follow your trousers away, no folder. No fear. But this thing, go, don't look back, go.
To serve as promise not to fail them, to my chairman and the entire leadership of the Rainbow Coalition. I have signed for finding me worthy to lead the legislative arm of our local government. My promise to you today is that I and my wonderful colleagues will work with you to ensure your people-oriented projects and policies and passed or approved speedily to the best benefits of the people who have given me the mandate to serve. Once again, I want to thank everyone gathered here today and to say thank you and continue to pray for the success of Honorable Engineer Owolobi Michael Ofori administration. Long live Abua Odwal, long live River State, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Oh God. Hello there. And they hear them now, so they don't carry the entire bush. Now full bus and
Camry. Not be one bus, so almost
they scatter their bag, their luggage. They don't enter bush. Move the they block them where?
Hey, Jesus Christ.
They bought the motor.
They bought the motor.
They scattered their
now here they carry them pass. See one woman for up.
Jesus. Hello? They don't enter bush.
They don't enter bush.
You see people, oh, all this one wrong. Jesus. No, this thing is not too much now, eh? They also catch them. Right. You know, say what they come, are you talking and say now yes. Last week? They don't come out.
They don't come out.
Say I said last week.
Yes. Last 2 weeks.
More than they go.
Where they go?
Same baton here.
Where they go?
One they go, they don't enter.
Where they go?
They don't enter bush. Where they go? They don't enter bush, more than they go. The road don't clear. That be small thing, no, my brother. Hey, don't clear.
Police they there.
They don't come out. Police don't come.
Police
we don't get police. We don't get police, I beg. We don't get police.
You see? Calm down now. Slow down.
Jesus. This one are highest. Listen, why if I talk, I say inside last week. Let me say this one
inside last 2 weeks.
Jesus, you don't video us now.
All this was video room.
You don't want those people for them. Why? Because Jesus. This one no. I don't want to hear that. Wait, let that one go back. You know? Go back. Iko sawa madam. Unaita? Bwana. Niko. Kuja haraka. Madam nimesetiwa. Tuko wapi? Tuko Lodwa. Haya, pika. Piga. Siwe ingia. Haki ya Mungu. Haya moja. Nipige yangu moja. Chini ya moja, chini ya moja. Nipige nenda moja kuchoma picha ya Mungu. Hebu songa bwana.
Agabo owane obulu no land grabbing na membuli ba na ma je no gwa ngwa onye ba se cholo ya ne ime ba ifi ma ile ba na imara anya you know oburu nke ime ba maka asị weta akwụkwọ ngosi ịchọwa appointment ihe wetara akwụkwọ ngosi iweta akwụkwọ ngosi English F9 mathematics F9 economics F9 so inwe English F9 ya akwụkwọ nwe ya akwụkwọ ya agụ ya nyekwa ya akwụkwọ ịgụọ inwe mathematics F9 ya gbakọ nkwe ego Anambra ọ ya gbakọ nkwe asị na ọ ga-arụ n'economy Anambra mana ị nwere F9 na economics basic economics demand and supply ka o nwee F9 a na-akọ ibe a no wonder businesses niile ọrụ obido na Anambra banjai na obidogoro business niile o mere dachara ada sọnsọ land grabbing Fanta machine because I went F9 in economics, get even maths F9, English F9, economics F9, get F9. So get even no wonder even you know Balaka or that. Nara Panifa. Our election card in Anambra civil service, only had qualified to be recruited as a driver. You will F9 up in school line, better school is home out because you are governor. Nah, and I will never pay you a video himself. Get if I call my guy because anyway, I'll look at democracy. Democracy on your Jagolo ticket party. You Jagolo ticket party, Anambra, governor. One no job governor, you could see the governor. Onye kuzili ya? Wete gidi azwabia, anyị konya bobo.
No, this rally make my blood pressure go up.
So you should get a filter sometimes, filter your thoughts before you say.
I'll continue to take blood pressure medication.
Why are you getting high blood pressure, Jonathan? Now,
I'm not taking medication for myself. I'm taking it for people like some of you guys that after the January, February something, and then people like Soludo that is a good spoiler. I thank God for his life. He's working for my.
And I am ready to die defending Nigeria in whatever way. When it is God's time for us to go, it is
and you
no
took
more
my
going
time
to be
to
on the
talk. You are ready to defend Nigeria. I gave you my time.
No,
Please,
I'm coming.
please.
I'm coming.
Alexi, hold on. You already started.
What I'm saying, defending Nigerians is this.
I gave him my time and he's using it to defend Nigeria.
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
I hope that Nigeria wins. I'm never going to wish any president evil so that I can say I told you so. No, I won't wish them evil. I hope. You see, I'm not praying. There's no point. I can't pray for Nigeria to be fine. I only hope that Nigeria wins and Nigerians win. Because if you choose a dodgy doctor who has a dodgy record, who has, all sort of accusations leveled against him, to say this doctor, we think he's done this, or this doctor, this surgeon, yes, he's a senior surgeon, he's the most whatever surgeon, but there are a lot of accusations leveled against him. If you choose him to operate on you, and you tell me to pray for you that it doesn't kill you surgery, what's the point? I can't pray. You might make it, you might not make it. My prayer won't change anything. So I hope Nigeria and Nigerians win during Tinubu's 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uncle, right? I have the right to address Showore the way I like. You don't know what Showore did to me. So learn to control your emotion, right? That is the only thing I'm going to tell you. But if you don't want to control your emotion and you insult me here, I'm going to insult you 100%.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot insult me on a normal ground. Fiscally, you can't insult me, right? I will treat you like a child. If you insult me physically, I will handle you like a child. I don't care your age. Do you understand? You are powerful over the camera, so you can say whatever you want to say, but you can't yet say it to me physically. You understand? I will handle you like a kid. Can we arrange the meeting ground? Can we arrange the meeting ground? So learn to control your emotion. You understand?
Okay.
Please don't take him out. I also have a right to respond because you mentioned my name. There's no need to take him out. All you have to do is to meet them or something. And you're taking too long to manage them.
Comment.
What did you say?
Comment.
I know, but he mentioned my name, so I'm asking to respond to him.
When he gets your time, then you make a...
No. He mentioned my name.
If you want to make it rowdy, I will take you out.
Take me out, you son of a bitch. Take me out. You think you're a big boy because you're moderating.
Take him out, please.
Hello, come on. Don't use such word now.
Don't forget, that state is now an oil-producing state. So they now have derivation, if you are not aware. So if you want to speak for anybody, please do not defend a Kalata like a Yabelo. Please do not.
Okay, let me respond to him. One second.
Do not defend a Kalata like a Yabelo. Do not.
All right, thank you, Mohammed.
The people of that state.
Can I respond to him?
No.
Then go to hell. Rudolph, go to hell.
All right.
Rudolph, I've never seen this part of him before.
Tinubu is a criminal, yes, of course, a categorical grade 1 criminal. The only person more criminal than Tinubu in Nigeria is probably Babangida. But he's a criminal, and is he fit for purpose? Absolutely not. Should Tinubu be the president of Nigeria? Categorical no. Is there a better option than him? That is subjective. So show me who he is.
All right, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo. It's Saturday, September the 6th, 2025. Beautiful day here in New York City. Wherever you're joining us, we appreciate you. Thank you for making out the time to hang out with us. Today, we are going to talk about issues in the news, as we always do. This is a program where we give you the opportunity to weigh in. We don't tell you what to discuss and what to say. We are not feeding you with information. We want to hear what you think about issues in the news. And there are lots, of course, every week there are a lot of things to discuss. And today we start with our President President Bola Tinubu. He is away again. He traveled on vacation, 10 days in Europe. He will be visiting UK and France. So He just came back from Brazil and Japan. He will spend, that was about 10 days ago, and he's going to spend 10 days in Europe. After that, he will definitely come to America for the United Nations General Assembly. So he's traveling all over the world as president of the biggest, the largest black nation on earth. Why not? So we're going to discuss that. What do you make of this? And of course, this is a good time for Nigeria when we met our expectations, according to the president. Our budgetary expectations, we met our revenue expectations in August. So we have 3 months of money that will come in that we can use anywhere we want. So the president is helping us to use that money. Also in the news, we have, talking about United Kingdom, the deputy prime minister resigned for underpaying taxes. The deputy prime minister, her name is Angela Rayneer, resigned for underpaying taxes. You know, something to think about, especially when we think about people who run the countries in Africa. How much taxes are they paying? Would that ever happen in any of the African countries where somebody will resign because of this? I mentioned the revenue expectations for 2025. Just before the president left, Bayo Onanuga, you guys know him as the deputy prime minister. What's wrong with me today? As the advisor on media for Tinubu, came out and said that we misunderstood what the president said, that the president did not say that we met our income revenue expectations, that he was just talking about the non-oil sector meeting that expectation and exceeding that. So we misunderstood that. Also, the president said, and most people had him say that we are not going to borrow money anymore. But according to Bayo, what he meant was that we will not borrow from Nigerian banks anymore, but we will continue to borrow from, foreign banks. Of course, this is the stories in the newspaper in the last few days. This is Punch newspaper reporting like 2025 revenue targets met. No more borrowing from Tinubu. This is for September 3rd. By September 5th, Punch is reporting that federal government is looking for $1.75 billion new loans from the World Bank. So this is the government we run. Sometimes you don't know what to believe and what they are saying, what they mean. We want to hear from you guys what you make of all this. As we approach 2027, the political environment is heating up. Now, our former president, Goodluck Jonathan, is being pushed by several people to come back and run for president again for 2027. And people are defending him. People are saying, lawyers are saying that he has no, he's illegal. He has no legal right to run again because he's been sworn in twice as president. While that is going on, he came out to grant an interview to the press. In that interview, he talked about his experience as president, that politicians in Nigeria, they are not trustworthy. They will betray you. Poor Goodluck Jonathan, But we want to see whether he will come out and run and what that will mean. Also, early in the week, we also know that Simon Ekpa, the leader of the autopilots, was convicted in Finland and sentenced to 6 years in prison. So we're going to talk about that. I know there was a show here on Monday discussing that. We're going to look at what has happened since then. Other things in the news are El-Rufai is in trouble with the police over certain things he's been saying, and ADC and what they are trying to do in Kaduna State. We talk about that. Insecurity continues to be an issue. I played a video at the beginning of this show where kidnappers are still operating everywhere in the country. Governor of Zamfara State came out to say that he knew where the bandits were, but people are not, the military or the security agencies are not going there. As a result, I think Tinubu is saying that he's going to make sure there are state police in place before he leaves. Oh, so much to discuss, so much. So we are going to open up the stream for anybody who wants to join us to have a conversation around these topics. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. Those on the comment section, those watching at home. I wasn't here last week. I went to the conference, World Igbo Congress Conference in Quincy, Massachusetts. All right, let's begin. All right, I see Mr. James. Mr. James, thank you so much for joining us. How are you? Oh, we can't hear you. Your audio is not.
I said I think I'm all right.
Okay, very good.
Just,
you said you think or you know?
I think I will be all right. Just a question of time.
Okay, what's going on? Is there anything going on? That...
You mentioned virtually everything that happened during the course of the week, but there's something I noticed which might be of interest to viewers from Edo State. There is a law in Edo State banning membership of court membership in the state. And whosoever is caught using his property or property is being used for court activities, the property will be demolished. About roughly 20 hours ago, a video was posted online, and a prominent chief in the city hosted the members of the Boni fraternity in his home. And I remember clearly during the Murtala Mohammed's administration, that cult was proscribed, and the proscription has not been lifted to the best of my knowledge. So if the governor is really serious, if he's serious about fighting cultism in the state, these are things he should take he should show interest. Without being told, he should do he should do the needful. That does it. It's a misnomer from my own point of view, for you to demolish people's houses that did not commit any offense. And here is a prominent chief hosting members of a proscribed fraternity in his compound, and nothing is happening. So where do we stand? What sort of country are we running?
James, thank you so much. We can touch on that because if you actually want to nail Ogboni fraternity as one of the cults in Nigeria, I don't know how many of the people you see, your leaders, will be saved from that. But thank you so much. I want to use the opportunity to welcome people joining us on Facebook. This is the first time in more than 2 years that we've been able to connect to Facebook. Those joining us live on Facebook, thank you so much for joining us. And let me come to you, Ike. Ike, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Brother Tony, God bless you. Brother James, happy to see you today. Dr. Rudolph, I hope he brought Kola Nut and Oshoji from Igbo. Yeah, I think what I remember is that somebody called me and you monkeys and chimpanzees and gorillas, So that's to tell you who we are as indeed. We are from chimpanzees and gorillas and monkeys. I'm a government official, and if you ever have a government and that person is still working freely and is still in the same government, it is a seed planted by the illegitimate man on the head who said that a miloko, grab it, run for it, and steal it, and grab it and run away with it. That is the situation where we are. So the politics of hate is coming back to Nigeria, and I think it is a show of what is going to happen in 2027. But I think that the Nigerians can never be cowed again. It doesn't matter the level of their propaganda, the level of their intimidation, the harassment, fake news, counter all these things they are doing is not going to save the people that are there, because I believe that it's going to be one-time illegitimate man sitting in Asoro, So I'm a monkey and a chimpanzee. I came from monkey and chimpanzee and gorilla. That's the country we are today. And the people that are supposed to be speaking, nobody's speaking. Everybody keeps quiet. It's okay, that I came from monkey and a chimpanzee and a gorilla. And it is okay with everybody in Nigeria. So it is what it is.
All right. Thank you so much. I think you are referring to Abike and the controversy over a tweet.
Yeah, I did not want to mention her name because it's not important to me to mention her name.
That she, I think she retweeted it, or she made a comment, or she wrote something about that. So thank you so much for bringing that up. Tony, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Dr. Damages. How are you today? Greetings, Brother James, Brother Ike. Welcome back from vacation. And who is that? Dexter. How you doing? And greetings, everybody on the platform. Yes, I think you covered quite a lot back home. I just want to say one or two things over here concerning President Trump. Job report not too good. Shows that there are problems. Deportation still on. Firings in the public sector. The so-called axis of evil, if you like, so the bad boys in quote, meeting in China, posing some sort of threat to the United States. Former allies of United States seeking new allies and new areas, for investment following the U.S. unfavorable U.S. tariff, and then companies groaning here because of the effect of the negative effect of the tariff. So those are some of the issues that I remember. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. You mentioned Trump. Trump is in the news. While I was away over the weekend, there was a period that Trump disappeared and people panicked, but he came back and came back big. And I like you mentioned job reports and people that he fired. Remember last month he fired the person in charge of reporting on jobs. And now these current reports showed that America created only, I think, 22,000 jobs, and they revised that of last month to negative. So it was quite interesting. Anyway, Dexter, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dr. Damages. How are you doing?
How are you? Good.
I'm fine. Good evening, everybody. Ike, Tony, Mr. James, and Dr. Damages. You guys have said almost everything. Well, what will I say? I think we need to start discussing the pathway, concretely, the pathway forward to transforming Nigeria. And we have to start. We should not just leave it at points of discussion. We should put it as points of documentation. And I think that's one of the things we should be doing here, because it does for me, really, as much as we can talk about problems, but solutions to the problems is what transforms society. I think we should start doing something like a scribe, and AI is available now to really help, because I think at the end of every problem we discuss, we should be able to come to what are the proposed solutions and document them, and later on have a look at them and brainstorm them. Because the truth is this, I feel so bad, the truth is that between my ears is a brain. It's the same thing with everybody. But you can see the clear difference between what happens in the developed world and what happens in Africa. It just, something doesn't feel right. And then when I get really it pains me when I see Africans really. You go to Western countries, you see how they pay attention to education, pay attention to healthcare, you know. But we don't have it. We don't have it at home. You know, I think there's this common saying, they say, what do you call it? If you go to the East, you will find more people that are, you will find families where they are more interested in creating wealth in the family. So one person has a shop and then he gets his brother. You want the wealth to be collective. So let it not be domiciled in one person alone. But we seem to accept that narrative, you know, in Nigeria. You know, I was listening to Osibanjo's talk recently, just before I came up here, and it's the same thing. And he was reiterating the same point. How in Africa we seem to accept that wealth should be domiciled in maybe only one person. Everybody will now be coming out as beggars. So I think it's something what I'm saying. I think going forward here, we should be documenting what the solution is, because there's something about documentation. Dr. Diabetes, you know more. When you write things down, it becomes a reference point, it becomes a building block for growth. You know, but as much as we can talk about all the problems, yes, we can. Even if you get a small child that is 5 years old and tell him to tell you all the problems, he'll tell you all the problems he sees. But I think what we need to do is leverage on the experiences of people who are, and you have people here that have massive experience that go around the world. We should have to start leveraging on their experiences and try getting solutions that can be documented and written. Tomorrow, you don't know, somebody here, somebody from this platform that comes here might become a minister or something. And it will be all those things that will help to guide that person. Once you start putting that down, you might as well just be the podcast that was, you know, running. But I think there's more potential. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dexter. I like what you suggested in terms of coming to a conclusion. And we will try to implement that as we go along. But let me show you guys this image. It was one of those trending images out of Nigeria. I'm sure this is AI, but it's talking about the way government officials in Nigeria, they do that in Kenya, they do that in Uganda, some African countries, Ghana, rush to the airports to say bye to presidents when they are leaving, to run to the airport to welcome the president back. And it has expanded beyond the normal, what the colonial powers left when they were here. Now you have governors of states leave their states to go to the capital to say bye or to welcome the president. Now I want us to discuss the Tinubu this week along this line, from this perspective of what happens when he's leaving to the two conflicting images they gave us. One image was that we have exceeded our target for revenue for the year and that we are not borrowing. And within the same week, we now got another argument from the government that wasn't right, that what the president meant was that the non-oil sector has exceeded what they expected from them, and that when he said he was not going to borrow anymore, he meant borrow from local banks. So let's talk about that, and I will start with you, Mr. James. I can't hear you, Mr. James. Okay, we can't hear you, Mr. James.
Sorry, the fault is from my end. I'm sorry, the fault is from my end.
Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, concerning those who were wishing the Mr. what's called Tinubu safe journey, Ruben Abati, I think, and El-Rufai treated it appropriately. It's nothing but psychophancy. It means the governors, they don't have enough work to do at home. That's why they go to the airport to wish him a safe journey. So that is just that. I mean, it's just it's an attribute of those in power. They want to be in the good books of the president. But is the president appreciating what they are doing? The president is not a fool, though it's not my style. It's not a fool. He knows clearly that these guys are nothing but not sycophants. Let me put it that way. there are a lot of problems at home, particularly insecurity and what have you. So that is that. Concerning the borrowing of money, since this man took over helm of office, ascended to the presidency, he has borrowed heaven and hell. What is happening to the money? I cannot understand, because I want to believe, though without proof, that these guys have got an agenda, because the kind of money they are borrowing, are they embezzling the money, or are they constructing roads, or are they building industries, or what exactly are they doing with all this amount of money? I cannot just understand it. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to be a prophet of doom, but I'm suspecting something terribly sinister going on behind the scene, which I cannot explain. Because the kind of money they are mentioning is so frightening. I think what he has borrowed, the country where I live here, that's the Gambia, cannot spend it within a decade. As I grow, all our expenditures for a period of 10 years, we cannot finish the money these guys have been borrowing since Bola Tinubu became the so-called president. So what exactly is happening to the money? Telling us it's restructuring the economy of now, the Brazilians, for example, when I was in high school, were neck deep in debt. But we are seeing the outcome today of what they did with IMF borrowings. As I was saying last week somewhere, Brazilians today, as I was told, they are, they're manufacturing fighter jets, not even passenger jets, submarine warships and what have you. That is what they did with the money they borrowed from the IMF and other financial institutions since my high school days till now. The outcome is being rolled out slowly or gradually. Are these people constructing industries, or are they investing in agriculture, or what exactly are they doing with the money? This is the question we need to ask, because no matter what happens, this debt must be paid back. And if care is not taken, a generation, that is after my generation, the next generation after me, might not be able to even pay the interest accrued on these loans, let alone paying back the loans. So we should be interested in what this man is doing with the money. So that is just it.
Thank you, Mr. James. Ike, what's your take?
Brother James was asking what are they doing with the money. Do you need to go too far to see what they're doing with the money? From the first day that the man stand on the pulpit to take an oath of an office, since that day till this morning as we are speaking, it has always been politics. There is no governance in Nigeria. From day one, all those money being borrowed, all those contracts being awarded, all those money you hear here and there, they are all being prepared for 2027. We don't have a government in Nigeria. And because of what you say, psychophancy has been the order of the day. This government, this illegitimate, I've always said, sometimes I don't want to talk about the government of this man because, it is built on illegitimacy. So it's a government of lies and deceit and falsehood and falsification of figures and numbers. It's a government that is operating on lies, on deceit, on falsification and conspiracies and claiming and counterclaim and trying to tell us what the man said. After he has said, somebody will come and say, and tomorrow another person will come and say what this man who has just said have said. So listen, I don't know, we shouldn't go too far to seek about what is happening to the money. The money is all about 2027. I should believe that the government that is in power for 2 years, for example, for 2 years, a government in power that has nothing eventually to show for the administration for 2 years. I don't know what they're going to do for you in 2 years. So it's a government that has nothing to offer Nigerian. They don't have any program. I think that a government supposed to be, their policies and everything they have done for 2 years should be speaking for them. They should have a campaign, program, what they have to tell Nigerians or Nigerians should see. But you can see they have nothing to offer. So the only way they want to come back by force, by fire, by force, by intimidation, by conspiracies, by harassment, by anyhow, So if you're expecting any miracle for Nigeria or this present government with the people that are there, I'm sorry, my brothers and sisters, they are not going to get anything, because as from the first day, they have nothing to offer you because of the illegitimacy of the government. That's what you get where there is no government. Nobody is in a position to ask questions. Nobody is in a position to query what the government is doing, because they after running after people, credible Nigerians, good opposition, they are busy running down people who want to oppose the government, or people who will speak the truth or speak the fact about what is going on in the government. So I do not expect anything. As for the people who went to wave bye-bye, my governor, the governor of Imo State, 95% of his running the state of Imo State is in Abuja. There is no week that Hope Uzodinma is in Imo State. He's always in Abuja. That's where he sits. He's more busy running APC, as APC governors. He's more busy. Every time somebody visits Asorok, you see him sitting down there. Somebody comes in Asorok, watch. You will see your governor of Imo State. So he's not in Imo State. He doesn't know what is going on in Imo State. He's always in Abuja every time. His office is in Abuja, not in Imo State where he's ruling. But I think, what I'm saying, that there is nothing this government is going to offer you. At least some governors of the state have projects that they can campaign on in the next 2 years. Abia State, Yobe State. There are some states in Nigeria that their governors are doing something that they can tell people. The people of their state, they can testify that they are doing something, that they can go to the people in the next 4 years to ask for vote. But what does this year government has? Nothing. It's all about corruption. It's all about corruption, stealing, and inflation of prices and contract. Because all this money is that if they give you a contract of 1 billion, remember that as I said last week, 300 million is for you to put aside for APC for 2027. If you get 5 billion contract, 1 billion is for 2027. So are we surprised? No. The man who will speak, and somebody will come and tell you, no, this is not what he meant. And tomorrow you hear somebody else who will come and counter what this man who said that is not what he meant. So this is it. We are confused people. The nation is confused. So leading by confused people. So what do you expect? I've nothing to offer this country, and it is a shame that all of us that are talking here, we are part and parcel of what is going on in Nigeria, because once it's not your tribe, or is your tribe, it's okay. Anything he or she does is good, as long as you can protect your brother or you can protect your sister. But like I said last week, I'm not suffering. Those people who has given this illegitimate government legitimacy, I think they're suffering more than me. So for me, whatever they think they are doing to Nigerians is all well. We shall see.
All right. Thank you, Ike. Tony, while you give us your take, I want you to also try to answer this question. Someone on the comment section wanted to know, why is it that these banks are agreeing to lend money to Nigeria? So you can put that as part of your own reaction.
I didn't get you. Why is it that the banks?
Yeah, the institutions that are lending money to us, why are they agreeing to lend money to Nigeria?
Okay, got you. That's the World Bank. Well, first of all, if you look at the number of times that the president has traveled, which is worrisome, from my computation, he has traveled for 15 times since his inauguration, and he's been away for 59 days, a total of 59 days. And you'll be wondering what is the cost implication of that for Nigeria. Parking fees for the aircraft, the extra codes for those who are going to go with him, and then all the expenses, that will be incurred with him staying abroad. So you're wondering, and the fact that, the president is not home to deal with the multiplicity of problems or challenges that the country is facing. So it's worrisome. And again, you look at some of the places where he has gone to, whether he's on a working vacation, I don't understand what that means, or whether he's on vacation. And again, I query that because there are places in Nigeria where you can go on vacation. So he is not doing Nigeria a good image, going to vacation outside. If you are telling people that they should come and invest in Nigeria and promoting Nigeria, but they don't seem all the time you are outside, it doesn't speak well of the country. It's not a good advertisement for the country. But that said, it's for me, it's worrisome because if you look at all these visits, spades of visits, it looks like it's an APC policy because the former president was also doing that, spent quite a lot of time outside, and Nigeria was paying. It hasn't changed. Sometimes we hear, that part of this is for medical tourism, and yet Buhari was there for 8 years to treat his ear. He couldn't fix one hospital, not even the Aso Rock that they spent, Aso Rock clinic that they spent 21 billion to fix. Do we receive, does the president receive treatment? And this president has continued in that fashion. But again, when you look at it, you find out that we have had the misfortune of our presidents traveling abroad and not coming back. So maybe the governors had that in mind, that who knows, this might just be the last bye-bye we're going to see. So I don't fault them too much, but yes, no serious person talking seriously. We leave the job that is going to do only to come to say bye-bye to the president. That's it's only in Nigeria that you can find that kind of nonsense being done. Now, talking about the loans, the president has spoken so glowingly about the fact that we have exceeded our revenue profile projection since August, and it was corrected. I think I did say that it's unfortunate, that every time the president speaks, he goofs. Someone has to come back to clarify, to say, oh, this is what the president meant. Yes, sometimes we saw it with Biden here, but this has become a recurring decimal. Every time the president speaks, somebody comes and says, oh, no, that's not what he meant. So we're wondering whether he has gone back to the era where he speaks in tongues. And, somebody has to come and interpret to us exactly what he's saying. But that's unfortunate. If you look at even that claim that we have exceeded our non-oil projection in terms of revenue, you would think that this government has done very well in diversifying the economy, but no. The receipts that they're talking about are from taxes. They haven't. It's not from non-oil. It's not from diversification. Industries are dying. The economic macro and the micro, environment is hostile to investment. So it's taxes, all kinds of taxes that is emasculating the people. That's where they're getting the money from. So it's not that they have diversified the economy. No, that's not true. And then when they speak of they're not going to borrow, you talked about the borrowing from World Bank, $1.75 billion. But they corrected it to say, oh no, we're talking about domestic borrowing from, but they are borrowing from the bond market. They're borrowing from the bond, so that's a contradiction. So when they say these things, I don't know. These are policies. I mean, when they make these speeches, I don't know if they're very, very well guided. I don't know whether it's a mental problem that every time that they speak, there's always a lacuna, and someone has to come and clarify. And even in the clarification, you still can't find a clear path in terms of direction or in terms of what you're saying. Now, as for the question you ask, why do we? Why, of course, if you want to borrow money, they're going to give you money. Yeah, that's the World Bank. That is the Bretton Woods institution. Nigeria policy is skewed towards Bretton Woods. They are listening to what they are saying. The more we go borrowing, the more we go borrowing, because the money is not invested. It's invested in recurrent expenditure. For instance, look at the budget projection. I hear now that we're going to have the budget review, and they're still going to go and ask for more money, to meet some of the projections that they made for 2025. And yet, you want to ask how well has the budget performed? The budget for last year didn't perform very well. It was abysmal in terms of its performance. So you find out this money, and then with the election coming, because this government is not very transparent. So when you see these borrowings, and they've been borrowing before, you want to ask, what have they done? Is it invested in capital expenditure? Is it invested in infrastructure in ways that will touch lives? So they've been borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, and we don't see, and you keep telling the people to tighten their belt. And we still see profligacy, we see corruption all over the place. So, I mean, they will borrow and they will give you, if you ask, they will give you borrow, and that's not helping our debt profile, because it's worsening the situation. But let me just end by saying that, there is a lot of propaganda with this government. Because one part of the problem that we find is that there's no transparency in government. The people ought to know where the president is going. Now he's going to Europe, he's going to France, and we know people, if you ask anybody, if you take a census now, they will tell you that it's probably not a working visit or vacation. This is probably something to do with some medical tourism, some medical treatment, and with this base, and should know there should be transparency in what the government is doing. That's anybody can fall sick, and we know this is not a young man that is the president. But Nigerians need to be told. Nigerians need transparency, not to wake up one day and hear, that, oh, Yaradua has died, oh, Buhari has died, and so on, and yet, nobody really knew that the situation was as bad as it was. So this is something that has been happening, and I think it's sad for the country. And the same thing with policies that the government, some of the policies of the government. You don't find clear transparency. People are not properly engaged in what is happening. So if you want to carry people along, there's no way, because people just speculate, Right. So let me just stop there, thank you.
I just want to correct one impression you gave. I think you mentioned the number of days that Tinubu has been out of the country. I think you mentioned something like 15.
59.
59. Okay, I thought you said 15. Okay.
59 days. I said 15 times. It's been out 15 times.
Not 15 times. I immediately said that I could count 15 times that I know.
Okay.
The figures as of October last year was 40 times.
Okay.
So people are saying it's all over the place, but it's more than 15 that anybody can just count the number of times.
Okay.
All right. Dexter, you are next.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Dr. Damages. Look, Nigeria is one country whereby we keep on, like, we expect a different result. It's like they are doing 5 minus 10, but you're expecting you get 100. That's the, and it seems that it has permeated through the whole Nigerian society. First of all, Nigeria cannot work on the present structure. The governors will keep on going to tell the president bye-bye because they go every day to Abuja to get every month to get money from him. So anytime he's going, they will go and say, "Daddy, bye." Then, "Daddy, welcome back. You give us money." Simple. It won't work. It won't work. If you want Nigeria to work, let every state be responsible for their risk. Look, if you don't want to be productive, you stay in poverty. The people that want to be productive and this idea that the federal government must decide everything. No, that if we continue that line, give us to the next 100 years, nothing will change. Because that breeds unproductivity. People sit down in a state, a governor doesn't even need to be there. He can just say, "Oh, secretary, go and get money from Abuja, bring money." Which, as when you look at the structure of Nigeria, you'll be wondering, look, companies are based on productivity. A company comes out with a product, sells the products, adds value to the products, people buy the products, you make profit. What are Nigerian states doing? Sitting down there, give me money. Then you hear a state say, "Oh, they did not give me money. Oh, allocation." So the states are not productive. So the president is the king of the manor. And so they have to be doing that. They have to be doing that. Second thing about the, talking about the numbers. Look, we all know that. Why are we expecting any different? We all know that the whole Tinubu is this present administration, this present president has been, from his time in Lagos State, it is all about scamming. It's all about trying to create a narrative that is not true. But of course, you trust that Nigerians will not do research. You trust that Nigerians will not. Nigerians' memory. Nigeria suffers from dementia. Like we are like what's the name of that fish? We have a fish brain. After a very short, we just forget everything. That's what happens with us. This president knows it. So all he needs to do is go and say, "I've stopped borrowing. I've told them. It's over. We have done." And the truth is, look, until the change we want to see in Nigeria can only start from the grassroots. Because the minds of people are so bastardized. The average Nigerian is waiting for his own turn. You see many Nigerians, they are just waiting for, okay, let it be my own turn, let it be my person enter, then I will loot. Everybody is waiting to loot. So I don't expect anything. This president, they will keep on borrowing, they are stealing the money. People are asking, what are they using the money for? Wike bought a house in US. Dr. Damages, you are there. You must have heard about that. He bought a mansion. Festus Kayamo has a mansion in US also. All of them it is a free for all. They are borrowing for elections. All you need to tell the president now is, look, I need to secure you in my state. We need money, mobilization money. He will give you mobilization money. I think it was during the APC primaries. How much did Tinubu share? 2 billion to each state. It was, I think, Chinwe Kimbale had an interview, and somebody was saying that 2 billion during the APC primaries, 2 billion to each state to get the delegates. Imagine that is what is happening. Once the people steal, they'll steal money. What is his name? The Minister of Works. He'll steal money. FCT Minister. Have we been hearing about this man? What is his name? Minister of Mines. What was that guy's name now? That was his communication. Have we heard about him? The illegal mining is going rampage everywhere. Well, everybody is a free for all. It's a free for all. Thank you, Dr. Damages.
All right, so let me push back a little bit and get your take. You said something about, because it's been discussed, resource control, that's what they call it, where states will have to control their resources. Who is opposing that and why?
Dr. Damages, let us not deceive ourselves. We know it cannot work. This is part of the reason of the Nigerian problem. Why? Okay, let's say we say resource control. Okay?
all of a sudden somebody will ask you, who will own the oil in Rivers State? Who will own the oil in Bayelsa State? Let us start the same. Because you should have, if you say resource control now, you should have asked that the wealthiest states in Nigeria are the ones that they will be the ones that have oil and gas. First of all, that will be the starting point. But of course, you know it won't work now because the reason Nigeria fought a civil war is based on resource control. No matter how people want to twist the narrative, the reason Nigeria fought a civil war is based on these resources. And that is why the states were the place was balkanized. So if you say tomorrow, let us have resource control, everybody, in fact, I think El-Rufai's report, El-Rufai came up with a restructuring report. And his restructuring report says that, okay, everything within a state, whether it's the oil, let the state own it. But the one offshore, because offshore is the country's territory, the one offshore will become. So El-Rufai's report says that the oil fields offshore should be what the federal government will take and can share back to the states. But the ones within a state, if there's oil, the state, it belongs to you. Did Buhari give credence to that report? That El-Rufai's report came out before 2019 election. Buhari, they threw it into the bin. And this is why I say that, you see, when you start with injustice, you will think that you are doing it to somebody else. You thought about it that when that person is not there for you to do the injustice to, you will do it to the people of your own household. When Jonathan was leaving office, what did he give Buhari? He gave Buhari the document from the confab and told Buhari, a lot of the things we have written here will help solve the problem of this country. If you follow it, what did Osibanjo say? What did he say? He said it is for the trash. That confab report, yes, he said it is for the trash. That's what Osibanjo said. But now he's out of office. It's like he's now recalibrating. You see, so the point is this: until we Nigerians learn to be objective with the truth, it's not the truth. The truth must be objective, straight down the middle. The problem in Nigeria is that when it is time to be objective with the truth, everybody will start thinking about tribal lines, religious lines, and all that, and you will start bending. And the moment you start that, it is only going to lead you into a hole, and you will keep on digging down. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dexter. Let's go to Anne Electrical. Welcome to the show.
Dr. Damages.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, my brothers.
Yeah.
My fellow Nigerians, how are they?
We're here.
All right. Yeah, let me take it off from where the last speaker, I just said, being the one I was able to make. One, Nigerians are not delusional. The problem is Nigerians are not objective. A lot of Nigerians are not objective. Nigerians don't have dementia. They remember. We all know. The only thing is refuse to take actions. There is no problem Nigeria has today that all of us do not know and that all Nigerians don't know. The only thing is that we refuse to take action objectively. And that's why we are in this quagmire that we are in. Are we coming out of it? No. The way we are, the way things are going, and if it remains like this, we won't come out of it. We'll go deeper and deeper and get ourselves more muddied. But we need to take action, just like taking from Newton's law of motion. If we don't take no action, we'll continue in this situation we are. But if we take action, we'll be able to liberate ourselves and leap out of these terrible situations Nigeria is right now. I will suggest that we begin to take action because we have said a whole lot and we have had a whole lot over the years. The thing is that, which every one of us know, the tribal sentiments that we all have that is prevailing in Nigeria is a major challenge. But it does not mean there are no good men in all the tribes. Every tribe in Nigeria is blessed with good people who can rise to the occasion. And the thing is, let's begin to implement measures, put measures in place and begin to act on them. Now, it is not only, I don't know how many of us here who is not outside of Nigeria on this, so far on this show. I believe everybody is outside of Nigeria. I want to presume that. And if we say it does not affect us, we're deceiving ourselves. We're just like the ostrich. Every Nigerian who lives abroad is directly affected by the rot going on in Nigeria. You know why? We all work hard here, make the so-called money we make here. But I do not think there is any Nigerian who live abroad that hasn't sent a minimum of $50,000 or £50,000, as the case may be, depending on the country where you are, to Nigeria to solve one problem or the other. So the question is, are we going to continue to do like that? Are we fault foundations? Is that what we're out here to do? To a large extent, some of us are complicit in some of the problems that are going on back home. And I think that we are not there, but we can begin to take measures that can stop these people from going on with this madness over there. Somebody said over here, which is common news, everybody knows, that the average Nigerian politician loot this money and stash it out of Nigeria. And where do they take it to? The United States, prime location, UK, Canada, maybe France and Spain. They don't go to Germany and the rest of other places because one, language barrier and several other limitations that they have. But if Nigerians who live outside of Nigeria, we will get ourselves organized, and all these resources of ours that they loot and bring out of Nigeria to the places where all of us are living in, if we flag them off and they see that they can't hide the resources they take away from Nigeria overseas, they will stop. I'll give an example. Remember Ekpa when he went to Germany to do the New Year Festival in Germany? After that picketing that was given to him, how many Nigerians went out to Germany around that period? We found out that there was like a freeze. So if Nigerians, we're just hearing, we're reading it from the newspaper, the so-called houses Wike and his family bought in Florida or wherever. Okay, there are Nigerians in Florida. There are Nigerians who are into property and who is into several high-profile Nigerians. I mean, Nigerians who could put hey, this is looted funds. If that property and the property of others who stole these resources and bring them to America, for example, to invest, by the time you see there is a clampdown on them, these people will stop, at least they'll stop looting. We have a strong role to play. We do. So what we really need to do is to stop the rot first. Put a pause on it. Maybe they may recalibrate and begin to use these resources that we have back there in Nigeria to develop the country. So that you and I, anytime we decide that we want to visit home or want to go home, we'll go home and we'll say, okay, we come from somewhere. So if we stay aloof and say it doesn't concern us, okay, we are not in the direct heat. No, if we're not in the direct, we are in the indirect heat because we are adversely affected. Because at the end of the day, we are bearing the brunt of it. I'm sure every one of us here had elementary school in Nigeria or secondary school or university. We have friends, we have relatives who live in Nigeria. You can't make a call back home without somebody telling you we are hungry, we are this, we are that. Even your friends. So they are in difficult situations. As good Africans and good Nigerians, what do? We'll be our brother's keeper, right? And then we'll reach out to help them. That way, somebody who worked and wasn't paid a salary for 3 months or for 2 months or for 1 month, We are providing means and needs for the person to take care of himself or herself or the family member. At the end of the day, it means that that salary the so-called politician refused to pay them, we are the one paying it, we're the one bearing it at the end of the day. So we really have to, we really have to step up to the plate and really make efforts to ensure that we at least put a stop on the rot that is going on in Nigeria. Let me stop at this moment with this, and I'll have more to say.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to show the exact quote of what Tinubu said that triggered all this. Today, I can stand here before you to brag. Nigeria is not borrowing. We have met our revenue targets for the year, and we met it in August. Let Trump do his worst. We are stable. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So we had to get Bayo Onanuga to come and help us translate what he meant, that we shouldn't take any of this.
Without it, right.
All right. Paul, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, and good morning.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, we are discussing Bola Tinubu traveled out of the country again on vacation for 10 days. He just came back from Brazil and Japan. And after the 10 days in Europe, he will come to America for the UN. We talked about his bragging about us meeting our targets for revenue and months before the end of the year. And the pullback by Bayo saying that that wasn't what the president meant. So what is your take on all those?
Doctor, I was raised by two old people. So that helps me with a little bit parable, even when I'm not old. So my parable may not be as perfect like my parents' own, but at least I learn little and everything. So doctor, this age that I am now, my mother will not back me and go find another man now. Maybe my wife can back my little 18-month-old son or daughter, go find another man. Why they give him ice cream, then they lick his own mother's ice cream, but not my age.
Paul, we can hear you. Okay, he's frozen. Paul, you can try to come back and continue with your profile. Probably we have an AI system that vets what people say. Maybe your proverb was not appropriate, so they decided to freeze you. All right. So when we come back, we are going to take a little break. When we come back, we move the topic a little bit beyond Bola Tinubu. We touch on 2027 with Goodluck Jonathan being pushed by some people to come into the arena to contest again, and ADC being in disarray with what's going on with El-Rufai in Kaduna. And in general, the whole opposition parties in Nigeria, they are complaining that the president and his APC, they are trying to stop the opposition from being able to challenge them. So we will discuss that when we come back. Let's take a little bit break.
Eddie Kwanzaa, bio bio. Eddie Kwanzaa, bio bio. Eddie Kwanzaa, bio bio. Izukama na nedio, biao biao. Eddie Kwanzaa, bio bio. Eddie Kwanzaa, bio bio. Eddie Kwanzaa, bio bio. Izukama na nedio, biao biao. Okudilio, nyekelanio. Olisa malugo mkoyene menedua. Okudilio, nyekelanio. Chukuna malugo yobia diocha. Agaranya chogo kowe bili. Agaranya chogo kowe rienio. Owe chuku bezie chuku. Nuche chukwa busigi fegemeo. Nuche chukwa busia ifegemeo. Nifo solo ne asi alibazie. Oboye bebe agaranya muliba. Oboye wuru agaranya mebibe solea. Mano agaranya wa. Oboye afiozi elipakwa. Agaranya chogo kowe bili. Agaranya chogo kowe rienio. Oboye chikubezio lisa. Kodili ma, kodili bemo. Kodili wakema, kodili wanima. Naino kwane we beluge beluo. Kodili ma, kodili bemo. Kodili kemo, kodili heyo. Ibedwe me wanem, nikadie zibo heyo.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging on and staying with us. We've been talking about the political situation in Nigeria, and we are looking at what's going on with the 2027 presidential election. So I mentioned Jonathan coming back, being pushed to come back, and he's just like Julius Caesar and Julius Caesar, he's reluctant to come in and take care of things in PDP. But he's not yet saying that he will never do it. Although Patience, the wife of Jonathan Goodluck, said that there's no need for them to do that. So let me get you a viewpoint. Let me start with you, James. I know you know Goodluck Jonathan. And I don't know.
No, frankly speaking, I don't know him. Because when I left Nigeria 40 years ago, he was a non-political actor. So I frankly don't know much of him.
I mean, you were there. I mean, you followed when he was president. That's what I mean. I don't mean that you personally.
No, are they worth knowing? That's the problem. Yeah, the issue is this. The position of vice president of a republic and that of the president, let me put it this way. The position of vice president is just a heartbeat from the presidency, just a heartbeat. The fact that they made him vice president to Yaradua means that he is an integral part of the ruling class. And having become president by accident, you discover that he made no significant change to improve the deplorable situation of the country. Is it education sector nationwide? Is it water supply? Is it agriculture? Is it roads, health, justice system? The system is as rotten as he inherited it when he left. Now they are saying he should come back. Now, if he should come back, what do we expect of him? He belonged to a class For him to break away from that class, amount to committing political or class suicide, which he's not prepared to do. So he has nothing to offer the people. I think politicians, this someone else, so we refer to them as a congregation of failures. They failed the country catastrophically. Since independence in 1960 till now, it is the same class of people mismanaging the country. Most of them are dead, but they've metamorphosed into the present ruling class. This is how I see it. There's no difference between Jonathan Goodluck and Bola Tinubu. During Jonathan Goodluck's time, there was crude oil theft. What did he do about it? I remember he granted Christina Amampo, an interview on CNN over this issue of crude oil theft. He was just powerless. He could not do anything about it. You get the point? He was even pleading with the international community to stop buying crude oil from Nigeria illegally. Is that what he was voted to office to do? So these men have no plans for you and me. As I always say, we need a new political agenda to move the country forward. If you put your trust in these people who are in power today, you will never see the promise. In fact, the case of Moses in the Bible will be better than ours. Because when Moses stood on Mount Nebo in modern day Jordan, he saw the promised land, but he could not enter. In our case, we will not even see the promised land if you put your trust in this present, politicians mismanaging the country. That is how I say it. Let me quickly comment on what I mentioned earlier on at the opening of the program. The governor of Edo State is fighting cultism. And right in Benin City, where his office is located, where he's resident, a prominent chief is harboring members of the Ogboni fraternity. That fraternity was proscribed during Murtala Mohammed's administration in 1975. The proscription has not been lifted, and yet the government of President Edo State is demolishing people's houses who belong to cults, different cults. Ogboni is the father of all cults in Nigeria, and Edo State in particular. So why can't he start with the Ogboni society? And to make matters worse, they even advertise their activities on YouTube. The members are known. They show their faces on YouTube. Nothing is happening to them. So these double standards will take us nowhere. So this is all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James. Let me, before I go to Paul, James, do you know Animal Farm, the book by Orwell?
Yes, I've read it, George Orwell. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Okay. But the consequences of inequality in a society, should it descend on the consequences are always very catastrophic. Look at the Republic of Ghana before the coming of Jerry Rawlings. All animals were not equal in Ghana, let alone some being more equal than the others. You get the point? But when the mass struck in 1979, it was a catastrophe. Look at the Republic of Iran. When the Shah Pahlavi was in power, all animals were equal. They were all Muslims equally, but some were more equal than others. But when the Ayatollah came from exile in 1979 from France, Iran became something very different. So the consequences of pampering or nurturing inequality, should it descend on Nigeria, is going to be a monumental catastrophe. That is it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. James. So, Paul, welcome back.
I think I will just switch completely and forget my parable that I was giving according to Doctor.
I will remind you.
I will go there, but I think my big brother just take me to somewhere where I see people hate me a lot, and I enjoy people hate me when it comes to that aspect. So we should be very, very careful the way we talk about all these religion thing. You understand? Ogboni, on his own right, is a religion. You understand? It's a religion, and you might call it cult. You understand? This is what the West did to us. So why I say you might call it cult, the people, if you want to go to Saudi Arabia today, if you land at the airport there, you will delete the Bible in your phone. the Bible app in your phone, and you can't upload it back. You can't download that Bible app in your phone while you're in Saudi Arabia. You can't. You understand? So Nigerians, Africans, people who practice Christianity in Saudi Arabia is caught. That's how it is. So one place you call it one thing, another place you call it another thing. One of the strongest courts, if we call it court, in the world today is a execution order, amok. Started in Egypt, but today, if you find out the headquarters is in California, you understand, my good brother lived the better part of his life in old Bender State, what is called Edo State today. We all know the artifacts that it took, that they are still fighting to get back, scattered around Europe. Even some is in America. I saw some in America and every other thing, scattered around Europe. So we should be very careful when they condemn the things we do and every other thing. Ogboni might be caught, they might do some barbaric thing, but statistics, history, everything prove it. The religion or the court that kill more humans in this world, that preach peace in this world, is Christian and Islam. So we should be careful the way they criticize everything we have that is barbaric. We should be very, very careful, because if it is barbaric, then I stand to be corrected. Every one of them is barbaric. And if it is not barbaric, we should leave it as it is. All we can do, we can find the people who do it the finest way. Because everything that we do, we have people who do it the finest way and people who abuse it. Some of us didn't go to school today because of we have bad teachers. We just got discouraged in certain subjects, certain things in school. We refuse not to go to school. Some of us went far in school even when we are not smart, because our teachers also believe in us, make us understand that this challenge that you are facing with this subject, or you don't want to do it, you can do it, and we end up achieve it. So we should be very, very careful the way we criticize these things and every other thing. So I really, really take exception to that. I don't believe, and I stand with full chest, Christian kill more people than ever that. And Christian is a religion of peace. Islam kill more people, you understand? And even though the commandment even say, thou shalt not kill, but when they kill for good purpose. That's how they will make you understand. I cannot serve a God that is more powerful, more supreme than me, but I will still fight for that God. I don't think that God worth fighting for. You understand? If he's stronger than me, let him take his fight. Like the Bible also said, say vengeance belongs to him. So I don't take the vengeance, let him take, but they do it. But the same people, if they see other people do it, they take exception to it. I live in the West. You can't take one America down in any other part of the world. They come heavily on you. But every day that my kids go to school, I get scared. The same thing happen. They don't do anything. They don't say, okay, one person do one thing in school, let them go level down the person's family. No, they think about just that individual. They don't level the family, but you do that outside. So we have this problem in different aspects of our life. So I'll leave that religion part, and I will talk about my father's parable, the age that I am with the Tinubu thing. My mother will not put me in his back and go look for another man, and they give me ice cream, then they lick my mother's own yogurt and everything. My mother will not do that. Maybe my wife can do that for my 18-month or 2-year-old son, because the child don't know better. So Tinubu and his surrogate telling us that he's going for vacation, is doing this and that. It's a slap on our face. We all understand that the man health is not too good, and the most important thing that Tinubu knows how to do very well, they don't play with their own health. So when it's time for them to have their doctor's appointment, they keep to it. They don't listen whatever anything anybody want to say in the country. They have to go because their health is important to them. But the nation's health is not important to them and every other thing. So that's how they think. They don't care. You understand? One aspect of Nigeria, people say Nigeria is rich. So I laugh when people say Nigeria is rich. I always use where doctor live as an example. New York City budget is $112 billion. And the population of New York City is about approximately 9.4 million people. You understand? And it's $112 billion. And Nigeria with approximately 250 million people, our budget is 39 billion. That's a poor country. You understand? Nvidia is richer than Nigeria. Apple is richer than Nigeria. GE is richer than Nigeria. I can make mention of 10 companies in Nigeria. One single company is richer than the country called Nigeria, the highest black nation in the world. So we are poor country, but at the same time, we have very rich politicians. That is my take for now.
Thank you. James, you wanted to respond to something before I go to Tony?
Yes, I will do that very briefly. If we are to legalize secret cults in Edo State, it should be universal. There's no point cherry picking. If the Ogboni society can advertise their activities on television, it's fine. Let other people do the same thing. But when other people's houses are being demolished, and that of Ogboni is remaining standing, to me is a clear case of injustice. And secondly, if you know the kind of things they do in that society, incest, cannibalism, and what have you, in that very society, it's not a society you should classify as a religion. I don't want to go into the dirty things they do. I mean, it's a dirty organization. When it comes to perversion of justice, they are specialists. When it comes to obtaining bank loans without repaying, they are all manners of horrendous atrocities against the state. They commit it and get away with it because of their membership of an organization. So anyway, the point is they should stop demolishing people's houses. Houses did not commit any offense. If I commit an offense, punish me for it, not my house. I'm not living in the country. I can build a house in Nigeria, give it to an estate agent who will let it out to somebody. If that person happened to be a member of a cult, it would be very unfair for government to demolish my house because my tenant is a cult member. I remember during the military dispensation, there was a law that they were trying to enforce, that is, if you give your house to an armed robber and he is caught, you, the landlord, will be treated equally as an armed robber. It was vehemently opposed. I remember a man they call Emmanuel Obahiambo of the blessed memory, died very many years ago. He was running a program they call Many Faces of Religion and Matters of the Moment. They were vehemently opposed to it because an accountant could become an armed robber. And if any professional can take to crime, that does not mean that this landlord is a collaborator. So whosoever is a member of a secret society, be you Ogboni or whatever it is, if you are demolishing their houses, demolish it across board. The Ogboni Society building at Yaro in Benin is very conspicuous. It has been there before I was born. So why have they not demolished it? Why are they demolishing other people's houses? This is what I'm quarreling about, not a question of religion or whatever it is. Thank you so much for giving me a second chance.
But Mr. James, if Ogboni is a religion, why are they not demolishing the Redeemed Church there? Why are they not demolishing the Winners Chapel? Why are they not demolishing the Catholic Church?
It's a diabolic call.
Okay,
Mr. James, the people who said it's diabolic, it is the people who are not practicing it. It's not the people who practice it. As a Jehovah's Witness, I'm quick to condemn Catholic. As a Catholic, they are quick to condemn Jehovah's Witness. This is what religion do to us. You understand? It is the people who don't practice it. The purpose, what is the purpose? If the purpose is right, it is humans that will abuse it. Like humans also abuse Christianity, which is a very good religion. It is humans also abuse Islam, which is also a very good religion. You understand? So all I'm saying is that if they pick that human being that abused that thing, punish that human being, don't condemn the generality of that thing. That's my own argument. Okay. What is their concept?
No, excuse me, the kind of things they do is repugnant to reason and the laws of the land.
Okay,
Cannibalism, for example, incest. You can be a member of that society, your wife will be my wife in that society, whereas in the actual world, she's your wife. And when I make her pregnant, it's your responsibility in the actual world to look after. These are type of despicable things they do, which is against the customs and traditions of the people. So,
all right, guys.
It's not my
let's not derail the conversation from
Thank you so much.
away from what we're talking about. But James, somebody sent me a message for you. I think he's a member of the Ogboni. He said that you should know that it looks like you know Oboni from the past, that there is reformed Oboni fraternity.
The devil cannot be reformed. The devil cannot be reformed. You should keep quiet.
I'm just reading what I got.
The which is Christianity who cannot be reformed. They did a lot of bad things.
Probably
the Italians we have in America today, the Irish we have in America today, they fled because of Catholic. They fled.
All right, let's go. Maybe
that's not correct, James. Paul, that's not correct.
Also, let me point out that pirates, the pirates, which most people that went to university, not most people, some people that went to universities in Nigeria were members of. They also advertise their activities, and they are not in hiding. I don't think, but let's leave that topic. Let me bring back Ike. Ike, we were talking about Goodluck Jonathan jumping into the presidential race. What does that mean? And the fact that the opposition parties are complaining that the government in power is trying to destroy the opposition. What's your take?
Sorry, I cannot see the viewers' comment.
Oh, you can't? No. This particular one was on my phone, not on the comment section. Yeah.
Dr. Damages, in Nigeria, we live in a country in Nigeria where everything is possible, right? I cannot stop Jonathan if he wants to become president of Nigeria again. I don't have the power to stop him. It's like when people, whenever we come here, other platform, people are advising Mr. Peter, those who has not even been a member of even their community, have not even contested an election in their own community meeting. They will be advising Mr. Peter what he has to do, So if Jonathan feels that he wants to go back into it, I mean, who is me to stop him? But I think that those people that are calling on him to come into it, he knows them better than me. He just made like when you were giving your intro, he just said politicians are liars, backstabbers, deceit, so he has been there. So he knows it. So if he wants to do it again, who am I? But like, as you said, there are so many legal interpretations on his own case. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what the Constitution says. I don't know what the law says for him. But if he wants to join into the murky water of politics again, he can. You know what he saw when he was there. So if you feel Nana that is more refined, like as you said, refined the Oboni, maybe they have refined the Nigerian political space for him to come back. Well, I wish him all the best. On the case of the political opposition, it's not that they are saying it's a fact, it's what is going on. Like now, all of them are crying. It's all about Mr. Peter. Where is he going to contest the election? Everybody's crying. So everybody wants to know. Wike is more interested to know which party Mr. Peter is going to contest in 2027. To the point that Kenneth Okonkwo is crying yesterday. He doesn't know where Mr. Peter is. So you see, this is the kind of politics I want Mr. Peter to continue to play until he reaches the time he's going to tell us what is it. And also, why am I saying this? I stand with him. I'm not going to advise him, but I stand 1,000,000% the way politics is playing right now. Because in the Nigerian political scene today, the only two politicians in Nigeria that has a block vote is Buhari and Mr. Peter Obi. There is no any other politician in Nigeria that has a block vote.
Put me. Tinubu.
No. Buhari, sorry, not Tinubu, Buhari, sorry. Mr. Buhari. The only two politicians that had a block vote in Nigerian politics today is the late Buhari and Mr. Peter Obi. They are the only two politicians. So all these people who are saying, where is he going to be? I don't know. What is he? Is he in labor? This is what is going on. That's why I said from the beginning, these present people that are in government has no program. And that's why they are doing every humanly possible what they are doing to make sure that there is no strong political opposition. So it's not like because Dr. Damage is a journalist or you are the moderator of this program, you play ignorant of the real fact what is going on in Nigeria. You are a Nigerian. You are part of Nigeria. So even though you're a moderator or a journalist, you know the fact, and because these people doesn't have anything to offer Nigeria, that's why it's going like that. So if Peter Obi come tomorrow and tell you, okay, I'm going to be on SDP, tell me any political party doesn't have a problem. Why? Because of Mr. Peter Obi. Everybody is after where is he going to be. So it's good like this, that at the end of the day, we shall know where. So there is no political opposition. Look at what is going on in ADC. The same ADC we thought that is going to be the main opposition, right? Tomorrow somebody will come up and say that is the new chairman. And next week somebody will come and I'm the authentic secretary general. I'm the authentic publicity secretary general. So you can see what is going on. SDP, they have destroyed it already. So it's just the same thing. Okay, they told me that I learned that INEC said that they did not recognize Aburi. I asked question here last week. Nobody answered me. Has INEC removed Aburi from their portal? Is the name of the man still at their INEC portal? If he's still there, so who are they deceiving? I don't know, because I'm asking if anybody who knows should let me know. Because if INEC said now that they don't recognize Aburi and his executive, my question I asked last week, nobody could tell me the truth. Is Aburi's name still at INEC portal as the chairman of Labour Party? Because if INEC said that his name is still there and they're telling you now that is no more, they don't recognize him as the chairman and his executive, it's just the game. It's just the game that they're playing. So, my brothers and sisters, 2027, I believe that this man is going to be one-time president. I said here last week that one thing I'm beginning to realize after 2023 was the choice of Shetima as the vice president, Muslim ticket. And I'm beginning to understand that right now that Muslim ticket is going to be a time bomb in 2027 because they will want to change the team, right? We are watching the Nigerian political scene, right? So that whatever they are looking in opposition, they have it already. They have a time bomb already in APC. So let's watch what is going to happen. I'll leave it there.
All right, thank you, Ike. Tony, your turn.
Yeah, the political climate or situation in Nigeria in terms of looking to 2027 is very, very hazy. It's everybody is just permutating, nothing is clear as yet. But you see, what we see with Jonathan, my own understanding is the call for him to come and run. It's not based on any altruistic reason. Looking at the PDP, for instance, or looking at, North-South politics, it does appear to me that if there are constituencies that feel that if Jonathan runs and he succeeds, then the North is sure that after 4 years of his presidency, then they are sure that if it shifts it will shift to the North, because Jonathan cannot run, assuming he wins, he won't run again for another term. So that's for those who propose that, proponents of who look at it from that perspective, is to secure some sort of political mileage for the North. But again, there's also a catch there. If you look very carefully, it also seems like it's an attempt to split the vote of the South. So that if you have a scenario where Tinubu is running, let's say maybe Atiku picks up ADC, Jonathan takes PDP, and let's say Obi takes Labour or some other party. Then you have the votes of the South split, and that may provide an opportunity for the North to win. And there are others who also think that if you have this scenario played out, then opposition votes will be split, and that may create a chance for Asiwaju to win. So the situation is not clear, but it is sad that at this time, instead of facing squarely the challenge that the nation has, 2 years, before the election, we're just busy politicking and facing things that are not what we should at this time. Particularly when you take recourse to the various challenges that the nation is going through: security, food insecurity, unemployment, and out of school children, health challenges, and so on and so forth. So that's the calculation. Like Ike said, it may be that it's in line with that scenario, that will be very cautious. Even Atiku is cautious because none of them have picked up a DC ticket. Everybody is cautious, playing it safe, and holding their joker to themselves, because the ruling party is just right there, trying to see who goes where. And in the light of this accusation that the ruling party has been balkanizing every opposition, every party, anywhere. If you look at what has happened to what's happening to El-Rufai now, or what happened to Tambo, Malami was attacked. Even ADC, when they tried to put this whole thing together, it was difficult because every venue that they chose, they wanted to hold, their inaugural meeting, was made difficult for them to hold meetings. Recently, we have, ADC meeting that's supposed to take place in Lagos. The venue was sealed, and they can't hold it. So it does appear that the ruling party is making it very, very difficult for opposition to thrive. Yet, when they were in opposition, they did worse things, and nobody, the Jonathan government, Obasanjo government, left them. They weren't as, vicious in attacking the opposition as it is now. So our politics is gradually turning to something that is unhealthy. And I suspect that if we go this way, we're going to see worse days, not better things. Let me stop there.
Thank you so much, Tony. Let's quickly hear from Electrical, KJ, and Ovie, and then we move to a different topic. Electrical, you're next.
All right. I want to ask this question: do Nigerians really want a functional country? That's what every Nigerian should ask himself or us. Do we really want a functional country, a country that will work for all of us? Sentiments apart, that's what every Nigerian, home and abroad, should ask himself or herself. Now, Tinubu, in my opinion, and what is clear to any objective Nigerian, is physically and mentally incapable to lead Nigeria for another 4 years. He has wrecked Nigeria beyond where Buhari left it, from all indices. The guy has wrecked Nigeria. Question is, if Nigeria is a country, will you employ Tinubu to rule, to be the CEO of your company called Nigeria for another 4 years? Every Nigerian should objectively reason along this line. If the answer is yes, let him rule your country. Let him be the CEO of your company and make it profitable. Not possible. Now, on Jonathan, constitutionally, Jonathan is not eligible to run to be president again. Constitutionally.
Why do you say that? Can you explain to us?
All right. The 1999 Constitution stipulates 8 years for a president, for someone to be president of Nigeria. 8 years. So if Jonathan has been president for 6 years, if he's voted in again to be president for Nigeria for another 4 years, that is beyond the 8 years. So is it that when he clocks 8 years, he will step down for the other person to continue? That's 1999 Constitution. Leave the amendment Buhari made in 2018. So if that 2018 Constitution comes in, is applied, he's equally not qualified to run. So 1999 Constitution alone bars him, makes him ineligible to run for presidency again, to be president of Nigeria again. Now again, assuming PDP is confused and is allowed Jonathan to, or any party whatsoever, to become the president, assuming he wins the election, I bet you that APC will take it away from him. It happened in Imo State. P2B lost the 2023 election at the court. Goodluck Jonathan, if he wins the election and for presidency in 2027, the court will take it away from him. So why should we waste our time, or him waste his time, to go through that? That's for it. Another question is, PDP, do they really want to win election? Do they really want to get back to power? Not just to be in power for whatever say, but be in power. We have seen APC for 8 years. Does PDP want to get back to power? If they do, there are only one thing they should do. It's as simple as whatever way and means they can do it. If it's by consensus, or every other person stepping down as Tabuwa did for Atiku in PDP Congress the other time, although we can run, make all efforts to let P2B have their tickets. There are two factors. Right now, in Nigeria today, beside APC that is hoodwinking everybody, the only party that has a structure, leave the structure of criminality that every one of us know about, the only party that has a structure nationwide to win election is PDP. ADC is wasting their time. PDP is the only party that has a structure to win election in 2027. All they need is a candidate who has mass appeal, and P2B has it. So it should be a symbiotic relationship between P2B and APC and PDP. Then 2027 will be a fait accompli. So if they will be able to get this done, all they need is clean their house, strategize, because this is about strategy right now, for them to have the way out. Now, Atiku and Amechi can go ahead and have the ticket for ADC, because that's actually what is going to boil down to. Labour Party, to me, is even better, is a better political platform than ADC. It still has a national structure and sentiments of Nigeria. ADC does not have it. The only capital ADC has is it's a political party. If P2B joins them, it becomes it. Atiku will not do much with ADC. Atiku's name alone will not do much with ADC, except if P2B comes in to win. So there are two structures here: the political structure and the mass appeal structure that Nigerians have on P2B. So if these two parties will understand that they need each other, PDP needs P2B, P2B needs PDP. This is just the fact. If they will be able to harmonize themselves to this, then we know that at least in 2027, Nigeria will be out from this hole APC have put us for the past 12 years. Now, regarding the 4 years, the fact is this: the North has been leading Nigeria for 8 years under Buhari. The South, under Tinubu, has done it for 4 years. Any Southerner, no matter who the person is, that wants a Nigeria for all, that is honest and objective to himself, cannot be president for more than 4 years again. It does not matter what pressure you're giving onto. Nigerians, any Southerner, who becomes the president of Nigeria from the South and gets into power in 2027, that person should do 4 years. If Peter Obi gets in there, no matter what, he becomes Abraham Lincoln of America or Winston Churchill of the UK, he should be 4 years and he should be out of it. So now there is a very important thing Nigerians are not talking about. Why everybody is afraid of Tinubu and the APC is because there is no electoral reform, and that's the critical factor. Electoral reform. If there is electoral reform and the votes will count, Nigerians should go and sleep and just go and vote. Then their vote will count. But the way it is, for 4 years, almost over 2 years, nobody has said anything about electoral reforms. Not even the opposition. Of course, APC will not champion it. I'm surprised that the opposition members in the National Assembly are not talking about political reform. And that's the most critical factor in this election moving forward. Now, will Peter Obi do anything in 4 years? Yes, it's possible. If the guy in Enugu could do what he has done in 2 years in Enugu, then 4 years is long enough. If Alex Ochi could do what he's doing in Abia State in 2 years, then 4 years is long enough. We're not looking for a messiah that will solve all the problems of Nigeria in 4 years. We just want a Nigeria that will pull Nigeria out of this dungeon we are in, put us in the free world, then Nigeria can now move forward from there. That's all we really need. It's just like we are stuck in a ditch. We just need a tow truck to pull us out of the ditch and put us on the road. That's what Nigeria needs for 2027. So in my opinion is that every Nigerian has a role to play. It does not matter where you are, whether you're in Nigeria or you're out of Nigeria. We just really need to ensure that Nigeria works. Whoever you can tell, let Nigerians who are there, because we cannot do anything regarding electoral reform, like telling them like putting them on the National Assembly to get them. But the Nigerians back home, we should step up our advocacy for them to know that electoral reform is the way forward. As for us, we can do, and Nigeria can be a better place. Let me anchor it at this moment. I have other things to say, but let's move on.
Thank you, Anne Electrical. Let me go to KJ. We have to round up this topic and move on to other things. KJ, I'll give you 3 minutes, and every other person comes.
Why would you want to give me 3 minutes? This man almost spoke for 30 minutes.
No, because we're out of time. But go ahead.
Yeah, but you should have checked him. He spoke for so long. Anyway, I agree with what most people, especially my brother Ekpa, said. You see, I think we are giving this issue, or giving APC, overrating them. We all know that APC didn't get to where they got now because they win election square and clean. We know that the system was manipulated, and the system will still be manipulated because those who are the adjutant of that manipulation are still in place. They've not changed their mind, and there's no indication that they're going to change their mind even tomorrow. Mohammed, or whatever Yakubu, is still there. The INEC officials are still there. The court and the Supreme Court justices are still there. The Wike, who owns the Justice Department or Justice of Nigeria, in my opinion, is still there. So, and the police they use in executing it are still there. All see police people. The IG is still there. So, what are we saying now? Saying that Tinubu became president because he was able to defeat and got votes? No, we know that that's not true. So let's first of all give credit to the Nigerian people who were able to say, in their own estimation, on their own opinion, that they didn't want Tinubu, but the system, which they are also part of, gave APC the opportunity to take over and constantly and continuously have been the thorn in the flesh of Nigerians. Have the system changed? No. Have there been electoral reform? No. Have even the National Assembly taken time to look at even trying to at least say, you know what, PVC will work this time? No. PVC, in fact, right now they've even gone backwards, saying that you don't even need the PVC to vote now. As long as you can find your way to the voting, this thing, you vote. So, if that is the background which we are discussing, then let's not give APC too much room because they didn't win in the first place. Secondly, those who are saying, if I were Obi, these are the things I've been looking at, because like someone said, even if Obi wins, they will still have the authority of state to take it away from him. Now, people sometimes come to analyze and say the North is supposed to be, the power is supposed to be going back to the North. Do we discountenance the fact that the North has ruled Nigeria for more than, what about the military rulers that ruled? Are they not from the North? Was that time not a government? Did they not make laws that govern Nigeria till today? Are they not the ones that split Nigeria into that state that it is today? Is that not law in Nigeria? Why then do we come to this program or go to the media and then we mount that stupid kind of Okonkwo's view that the North, it must be? No, that is wrong. The North has been in power and these people have been there. Whether we like it or not, those are the people who actually balkanized Nigeria to where it is today. And then we are still saying, hey, it must be North. Why must it be the North? Why must everything be pandered to the North? Why must they not be the one to determine what will happen in Nigeria? Are we not Nigerians? Then if we're not Nigerians, tell us we are not Nigerians. So our views don't matter. Then we'll just, give up and say, okay, Sarah, let it be the way they want it. But if we are not going to do that, then let us stop saying, after 4 years, power must go back to the North. Those other ones since 1960 and all the coming to this place, who they have been, is it not Nigeria they were governing? It's not Nigeria. Okay, so if that be the case, then let's move on a step forward. Do we still, just like the last speaker said, are we interested in having a nation? Let me help you and answer the question. The question is no, we're not interested. Look, let's judge from the last local government election. Who are the people who stole the ballot boxes? Who are the people who beat all the people who went to vote? Is it not the same people, the ordinary Nigerian, me and you are talking about and fighting for? So if they are not interested in changing, how then do we change? If we talk, they'll say, those of you in Diaspora, come and do it. Have you seen anybody going from Diaspora to go and now help you fight for what belongs to you? Where has it ever happened? We can only give you the support we are giving, which is what every other nation who have become something, the people who are outside of those nations, help to push that. But we're not going to go there. And if you're expecting us to go there now, become, before I came onto this program, there's a journalist, a friend of ours who, have been, who just a few days ago, the police dared to task seriously, So we are saying that we're looking at a system that do not respect whatever law that there is. And so at any moment, you can be weeks away. And if you don't have anybody who you can contact, who is so powerful that can turn around the situation, my brother, you're gone. You are gone and gone forever. In fact, sometimes you are the mercy of those who took you, because they can take you to anywhere they like and nobody will ask. So what is the way forward? Is Obi able to make a change? Yes. Is Obi going to get that platform? No. But I like what Obi is doing. Let him put them in this nightmare that they are in. They don't know whether he's in APC, PDP, whatever. It's best for him, because the game is that they will find out where it's going to be, and they'll probably frustrate or make that party non-existent, so he will not have a platform. So far, so good. Anybody can say anything they want to say about him, it's okay. Because like I keep saying, he's the only person who in the Nigerian system, not even the great Azikiwe, when they came third, was the media talking about him. Not even the great Awolowo was the media talking about him. It's only Peter Obi that the media have chosen to be talking about every day. In fact, once you don't mention Peter Obi, your media will lose popularity. So you must have to be mentioning him, carrying him as a, and once you mention President Tinubu, then the next person is Peter Obi, the governor. Somebody must be saying something about him. If it's not the people outside of the Southeast, it will be one of the Efulefu in the Southeast, like Kenneth Okonkwo, whose only speciality is looking for what to say about Obi. He doesn't have any other thing on his in his plate. So whenever they want somebody to find, and he's a very good speaker, we must give it to him. Whenever they want to find somebody who can address the issue very, very well with Oyibo, they will go and bring him, and then he'll be on the national TV all through that week. It will be kind of Okoko. My brothers and my sisters, let us wake up from the nonsense. Okay, we don't want a country. No country ever developed that way. No country. The people that you are fighting for, it's the same people who will say, if they pick you tomorrow, say, hey, let him go. He took the talk. This boy self, I don't know, what does he want? It's just leave these people alone. The same people that they don't care. Now, my final conclusion. You see, the pain never plenty. When we start paying the five naira increment next January, then the chickens will start gradually coming to roast. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, KJ.
Doctor, please don't forget me. I have not contributed on this Jonathan issue.
Oh, I didn't know. I've
Yes.
been hearing your voice.
Okay, sorry. Let me mention one thing. Sorry, Doctor. Look, I am one of those who love Goodluck Jonathan. I went out and I did do a lot of things when I was there because of Goodluck Jonathan. But at this point, I want to draw attention. I don't know politics, so he's a bigger person. But if the Nigerian society is what I have studied, they are only bringing him back to destroy that small image that he was able to escape with. Let him just face his front. He has done his own. Nigeria didn't think he's a messiah. Why is the North now so concerned about a messiah coming from the same person who they say is clueless? He's a goat. In fact, he put a goat to contest against Jonathan, they would have voted a goat. And now they are telling you, and some people, stupid people around you are telling you, Oga, it's time for you to, change your name. You could change nothing. They get you that. In fact, you won't even win. It's just like what they did to Ojukwu when he came back in 1993, and then they said, contest for presidency, we'll vote you. It is the same North that drawn Ojukwu to go and contest. Okay? And he didn't get it. In fact, they told him, contest for Senate. It's not the same North that also made sure he didn't win, even Anambra State didn't win Senate seat. Let us be warned. Let's learn a lesson. My brother, the name you have made, Jonathan Goodluck, across the globe is good enough. It's more than any presidency. Just like Emeka Anyok, who finished service and didn't come back to go and contest anything. He relaxed until today. He has his name intact. Go and relax, brother. Go and relax. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. We have to cut the time. Ovie, you're next.
Hallelujah. Was it Tinubu traveling in Abia?
No, we are now in Jonathan. We're talking about Jonathan and the opposition. How would they win? How would they?
Oh, yeah. Let's marry them together. All right. The difference between we the illiterates and the sophisticated, educated people is that if we the illiterates identify problem, we look for solution, and we take care of it. We not to get too much vocabulary to the analyze stuff, right? When we notice our governors for Edo State, they travel abroad from Houston to New York to Italy to everywhere, we elect the village man who probably does not have a passport. That problem solved. Who not come here every year, they argue. President, they travel. Tinubu, they travel. Tinubu, they travel. According to Mr. James, stop electing anybody that went to Chatham House. Problem solved. If you elect Obi, he will do the same. If you elect any one of these people, they will always travel. Why? Because the economy of the country belongs to their friends outside. So if a president go outside, he's not going outside because he has to. It is a responsibility he has to undertake. The Nigerian economy is foreign. But most importantly, we are a colony of USAID. With the shares of Tinubu travel, USAID don't give us $32.5 million to share for the less privilege. As we they speak so, before the man take off, they take the delivery of $32.5 million from USAID because it's coming directly from State Departments. Are there USAID there now? Una dey let Tinubu dey travel. Where you go before? How much you give him? Where you go your village? What is your village? What do you contribute? Where you go in our village? So when they argue about things, we as if they deceive ourselves. we they like because we get too much Oyibo for our mouth. We know they analyze, okay, who in they visit, who they visit, and who they contribute. Those are the things, but no, in the travel. So, but anyway, as I said, there's a clear difference between the illiterates and the educated ones. Yeah, I mean, it's very clear at this point. It's very obvious. Jonathan, I think I don't understand also. This for me a noise. Why am I saying who is Jonathan? Jonathan, somebody will be as a they elect as a deputy governor in your fuck up, they elevate him to governor. Because Obasanjo no like what be the former governor Peter Odili, Bori and the rest uncle. They had to carry Goodluck to be running mates to Eradua. My hand pick Obasanjo and pick up. God won't help Goodluck Jonathan. Again in Yoga, he died this time around. And there was a back and forth. The cabas at that time no one allowed the guy to assume more office as a president. The whole Nigeria pretty much has to come together, powered by USAID, to make sure that the man become president. That machine, that USAID, way they power that Nigeria hangar, was still follow Goodluck enter when he contested as a president. He was elected. But again, we forget saying that see the same USAID power Nigeria collectively take the man out. Why? Because he committed a crime that anybody will commit that crime, no, they succeed, no, they survive. Either assassinate them or want to go happen to them, which is pivoting away from the Western economy to wherever you want to come to. That's the crime of Goodluck Jonathan. Everybody where they walk over and they already just turned their way to the USAID program, or the IMF or whatever. They say, come, if we allow this guy, Nigeria will be free economically. Again, they power the whole Nigeria against and they come out. So waiting make una day, they won't bring the man come back. When Tinubu is doing more than expected of him in terms of making sure the investors are doing well. So when would they say West, that then get economy in America? We are not talking about collectively, the individual, the capitalist, not business. This is about money. So all of us go agree today. Tomorrow we'll come again, we'll begin argue the same thing. Like, what's going on? And that's why I go back to where I belong. We illiterate. We don't, there's no more vocabulary. We just a plan. By the grace of God, we won't go bring Mumu come one person we know the year, even when Saibo Yoruba's president. Moku see I will take it down. Because that is the only way we go take them free. All of us collectively agree the influence of the West, those people out there, then we go come they argue why Bola Tinubu the trouble. We ain't gonna go before. You will do the same thing if you come to power through the same process. You don't get a choice. So the idea, so I mean, we make look at if I don't want to believe people like me as a conspiracy theorist, listen to Mr. James. He will break down what's happened in Chatham as what he represents to all of us. And I don't see anybody that disagree with him. But guess what? We'll go see elect one of them, they will come back. This person is traveling. Why is he traveling? Why no go travel before? How many media call out the $32.5 million that USAID give us today? How many media, how many presidential candidates actually criticize that? What is it for? So when Tinubu begin share money legally, because that is what that money is for, they say, go and share to the less privileged who are suffering from the policy that you are giving us that is making us richer. So by the time the man will begin share money towards the election, we'll go say he's buying votes. But we know the source. So we come here, we just speak grammar. Anyway.
Okay. Ovie.
Yes.
Tinubu in the last 1 year shared 450, I think, billion conditional cash transfer.
Yes.
He didn't wait for the whatever loan or whatever.
No. The loan has been The loan has been coming consistently since he took office. There's $1.1 billion. I'm not making all this thing up. I'm not making it up. So it's been coming consistently and it's not going to stop. They go see they come. Very soon an EU go come. EU go come. Saudi Arabia go bring come. We don't interrogate these resources. Then they wonder why I go switch off our results. We they wonder nobody, even international community, keep quiet. Why they not go keep quiet? Because they invested directly via us. So I mean, it's just I don't know. It's very easy to be Nigerian president. Too. Don't forget the noise where all of us they make. Give some few people money and pivot to the west. You are in.
All right. Thank you, Obia. Let me just, before I go to Paul, let me mention that tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa, we are going to have a double decker show. We are going to have one before the other, and it will start at 11 a.m. New York, which will be about 4 p.m. Nigerian time. We are going to have a traditional ruler, His Royal Highness, Engineer Modum Nick Obi. Will be joining us at 4 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow. He will talk about the role of traditional rulers and institutions in preserving Nigeria's values amid rapid change. And he has about 87 years. He was there before the war. He was a student in London during the time that the coup was, plotters were planning the coup, and he was there during Biafra, and he would tell the story of Nigeria from his own narrative and how the party played and how he sees the country moving forward. He was also a special advisor to Governor Peter Obi when Peter Obi was governor of Anambra State. So a lot of things that we can pack in the conversation with him tomorrow. And after we finish talking to him, we are going to have probably the most famous guest we've had on the show, which is Dr. Franklin Obumweze. He will join us at the usual time of 1:30 p.m. New York time, which is 6:30 p.m. Nigeria. Obumweze will join us to talk about what's the new part now for those who are looking for self-determination, whether it's the Ogoni country or the Yoruba nation or the Biafran nation, following the conviction of Simon Ekpa in Finland. So he will bring it up and give us, he's a human rights consultant, and knows a lot about the law and all the situations across the country. So Dr. Franklin Obumweze will join us at 1:30 p.m. New York time tomorrow for the second part of 90 Minutes Africa. All right, let's go to Paul. Paul, we are trying to round up conversation on Goodluck Jonathan, opposition, and their complaints about the government in power basically stopping them from being opposition party. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm here. I'll try to rush.
Okay.
Okay, Doctor, I think coming to Jonathan, it comes in two ways. So, but we don't know the mind of Jonathan because Jonathan is very, very hard to predict. The man, he drinks a lot and is weak. At the same time, he's educated. So you don't really know.
You go there. Why did you go there?
You don't know the mind. You don't know the mind of Jonathan and every other thing. So one way, the North might use Jonathan to weaken Tinubu because Tinubu is losing popularity heavily in the North. And remember, I think Tinubu got almost 70% of his vote from the North, 2023 election. So if Tinubu lose popularity from the North, if he didn't get those votes from the North, and if they split it with the South, where if Obi come aside, say Obi come aside from Labour Party and Jonathan is coming from PDP, naturally, South will naturally give Jonathan their vote. You understand? Good percentage Jonathan will still get from Southwest, like Lagos and every other thing. Obi will also get again. So this will weaken Tinubu. That's a good strategy from the North. Then on the flip side again, let's say truly the North wants power, but they want the South to use their own 8 years. Then the power comes to the North. The only way that they will do it, that will be easy. They don't need to close door and do any meeting. Because if they close doors, my big brother, Mr. James, will say now, court. Let Atiku just endorse Jonathan freely that I'm giving Jonathan my support. I'm telling you, Atiku will enjoy that place that somebody like IBB is enjoying today. If Atiku is not coming out and they give Jonathan their support, you understand, which means the North, like they say, we want our good luck. Now the North will campaign, they will remind the North all the elementary schools that Jonathan built, all the good things that Jonathan did. Jonathan really did a lot in the North. when those crises was going on and everything. They would change the mindset of the North. They will remind them all the good things that Jonathan did. And if somebody like the likes of Atiku, these big supporters, they support Jonathan, El-Rufai, these big supporters, they support Jonathan, Jonathan have a good chance. You understand? And the North, you take it or you leave it. No matter how my very good brother KJ will talk, the North have the power. And I will use a great man, somebody like Jim Wobodo will say, minority, we have their say, but majority, we have their way. You understand? It is the underdog that cry. It is the underdog that criticize. You understand? The big bully just go ahead and bully and get whatever they want to get. The North is the hole in that cane. You understand? So if they give Jonathan that support, but if they want to give Jonathan that support in a closed door meeting, it's also another coup. You understand? If Atiku stand up today, just pack all these people like Wike used to do and said, I am not contesting. I am giving Jonathan my support. Pick these big guys from the North. I am telling you, it's finished. The power is going to the North. And the North is picking Jonathan, knowing fully whether he's going to do one term and the power is coming for them. And Jonathan will naturally give it back to them. Just like as Atiku, late Buhari did with Tinubu. Tinubu give him all the support and he pay back in kind and give Tinubu back. That's a good one for Jonathan. But if they want to bring Jonathan just to weaken Tinubu's vote so that Atiku will win, that may also be another strategy. So Jonathan might come out knowing fully whether he's going to lose, but want to punish Tinubu. That may also make sense. You understand? That may also make sense that let me come out so that Tinubu will lose good percentage. Why Tinubu is pushing around South, you understand? Places like River State, Edo State, Delta State, and the likes. Because he needs their vote. If Jonathan comes, all those things that he's doing, he will lose it. You understand? So Jonathan might know fully whether I'm going to lose this election, but I want to punish this man, Moses. It's also another good thing again. But it's called politics. That's my take for now.
All right. Thank you, Paul, for that. Man of prestige, comparable facts. All right. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Greeting everybody. I'm not going to take that much time because I know you want to move.
Sorry, Doctor, let me leave. I'll join you back later.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
So having said that, I think we are flogging everything. Everything we are saying here is matter of nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. I mean, what Paul was saying, they are doing this to punish Tinubu and otherwise. Nobody knows. And Jonathan hasn't even come out and said that he's going to run. So we are just here speculating. But in my own opinion, the reason why they not want him to run, they believe that, he cannot win, he cannot run again. But they have not really followed the Constitution. There's a constitutional lawyer that came about a week ago and said that, Jonathan is not permitted to run again. And I'm going to put Nigerian Constitution 137, section 137, subsection 3, categorically stated that anyone who has completed another presidency term and run again for 4 more years, which Jonathan has did, is not permitted to run. I mean, it's very specific. Let everybody go and pull it. 137, subsection 3. It's right here. So I don't know why people are speculating Jonathan may want to run. Even at all, he run. Like I think the guy that was speaking earlier, and Nechuku that said, yeah, Tinubu may use it in the court and win by, because Jonathan constitutionally is not supposed to run. He already had about 5 to 6 years in the office. Like I said, the Constitution properly stated.
Comparable fact. There's a court ruling that says that Jonathan is qualified to run. It has not been appealed.
Which ruling?
That is the High Court of Bayelsa State ruled many years, almost 4 years ago, that he is.
No. Jonathan was.
I'm telling you what is available. He said no. I'm not quoting
where is that?
Only a court of competent jurisdiction can make a pronouncement on that. No court has made that pronouncement. You can't say that Jonathan can't run. You just can't say. Only the court can resolve that.
Change your name back to man of prestige. Your facts
I'm even telling him there is a man, two politicians went to court to try to stop Jonathan from running. The court ruled that Jonathan can run. That's a high court of Bayelsa State. I'm telling you, high court of Bayelsa State ruled. It's there. Check for it on the internet. Just like you're putting me today. Check for it on the internet. It's there.
Change your name to Uncomparable Facts.
All right, finish up, man of President.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and wrap up. Let us take on this Jonathan's topic. I mean, like I was saying, the reason why they not want him to run because they probably doubt it will be, statement that he's only going to run for what, how they are skeptical when it comes to politics. That will be even like Buhari say, you're only going to run one time. We know what happened. So they're probably thinking that will be, has the right. He's going to try to run again. If he wins. So that's probably where they have their permutation going. Say maybe we want Jonathan, but Jonathan has not actually come out to run. So I'm just reading, Katie. I'm just reading from what I read from Nigerian Constitution. It's very specific there. Anybody can go and do it, but that's how I feel about it. Until he come out and say he's going to run, then we can go from there. Thank you.
All right, comparable facts. Thank you. Jide, 3 minutes.
Okay. I don't know if greetings to everyone. First of all, greetings to everyone. My fellow panelists and Dr. Damage, is good to see you.
Nice to see you.
And everyone listening. So yeah, like for me, like either way, either it is Goodluck Jonathan that they want to consider to run for next election or the current administration, nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change. I mean, Goodluck Jonathan was not. I don't know if someone mentioned it. Maybe I did. Maybe I had it. I misheard it or something. But the idea that Goodluck Jonathan, is going to actually free Nigeria from economic slavery from the West, that's actually not going to happen because he was also a puppet. I think it's not very clear. You see, when he was in power, it's not very clear why. It's still not very clear because transparency in the Nigerian government is what it is. But it's not very clear why they had to target and orchestrate a regime change operation through funding and backing and supporting the APC leadership to take power from Goodluck Jonathan's PDP. But it's still not very, up to now, it's still not very clear. But it was definitely a Western puppet. I don't want to go into the details because Dr. Damages has given me 3 minutes. But what I would say is that when they killed Gaddafi, just one example, and everyone can think about it. It was among the first, if I'm not wrong, unless if I'm wrong, someone can fast check me. But it was among the first to actually commend, Western leaders. I may be wrong on this, but like I said, anyone can fact check me. To commend Western leaders for the assassination of Muammar Gaddafi to bring Western democracy to Libya. Look at Libya today. He actually praised them, and he was not even rest. Even when Ugandan leader and other African leaders were going to Libya to bring peace, and NATO sent them away. Goodluck Jonathan was praising NATO Western leaders for assassinating Gaddafi and causing destabilization because they're trying to spread Western democracy. But I'll stop this. I have just 3 minutes. I'll talk later. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jide. What we're going to do now, we are going to rant. I'll give everybody, because we are out of time, about 30 minutes. So I'll give everybody 2 minutes to rant on any topic that you feel passionate about. And then, but before we do that, you guys talked about Jonathan. And I just remembered when Jonathan was president, if anybody should support Jonathan coming back, I should be the one, because after he left, my career went down the drain. And I remembered Jonathan, and I wanted to play this video as a reminder of those good days.
It is a gathering that brought most activities in the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa to a halt, as it was not your ordinary assembly. 54 heads of state and government to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the founding of the Organization of African Unity.
We are shifting from theorizing about human and people's rights, gender equality, inclusion of youth and vulnerable groups, to having these values become part and parcel of our day-to-day modus operandi.
We are pleased that today the narrative on Africa is changing. Africa Rising has replaced Africa Doomed.
The next speaker to address this 50th anniversary of the founding of the AU is Executive President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a charter member of the Organization of African Unity, President Goodluck Jonathan. President Goodluck Jonathan. President Goodluck Jonathan.
Sitting in the toilet, stupid Buhari. Sitting in the toilet, stupid Amechi. Sitting in the toilet, Bola Tinubu. Sitting in the toilet. Yes. Mr. Ababio. Mr. Ababio, I said you are stupid. You are incompetent. How can't you rig an election of 35 governors, only 35 governors? If you can't do that, how can you rig an election of 170 million Nigerians? Why? How? Who is that? Hold on, Ababio. Who is that? Who is bothering me in the toilet?
Mr. President, the African Union waiting for you to address them.
Let them wait. I am handling important business here. Let them wait. These people, these assistants.
Sir, should we ask for another time slot?
Why will you do such a stupid thing? Do I look like I want to come and talk to them? Do I look like I want to talk to them?
Oh, well, sir, if the Nigerian people hear that you missed your speaking slot, it'll be embarrassing.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Sitting in the toilet, stupid Buhari. Sitting in the toilet, stupid Amechi. Sitting in the toilet, Bola Tinubu. Sitting in the toilets. So, Ababio, have I told you that you are stupid? Have I told you that you are stupid, Ababio? You are incompetent. You are a silly, hideous, second-class clown. Character that your family should be ashamed of you.
Sir, who are you talking to?
Hey, this woman, leave me alone. I'm talking to the toilet bowl. He is just like a toilet bowl, full of shit.
Sir, I'll go and tell the media that you're having a meeting on the sideline and that's why you didn't show up for your meet.
Hey, that is not correct. You know it is not correct. I know it is not correct. That is not correct.
Sir, I just don't want Nigeria's name soiled by this incident.
Nonsense. My name is Goodluck Jonathan. And I bring good luck to Nigeria. Nothing but good luck. Nonsense. Sitting in the toilet, stupid Buhari. Sitting in the toilet, stupid Amechi. Sitting in the toilet, Bola Tinubu. Sitting in the toilet. Ababio. I did not say you should go, Ababio. Am I supposed to give you a job and teach you how to do your job, Ababio? Am I? Wait, Ababio, wait. I am getting another call. Wait. Ababio, it's my wife. Patience, I will talk to you. Okay, bye-bye. Yes. Yes, my wife. Yes, my darling wife. How are you today? Yes. He said, oh, the stupid man, you want him suspended? Oh, of course, he's suspended. Call Anini. Yeah, he's suspended. That anything the first lady, anything the first lady wants, the first lady gets it. Yes, thank you, madam. Thank you, first lady. Yes, thank you.
After God is the government, after the government is you, Joe.
You got that right. Sitting in the toilet, stupid Buhari. Sitting in the toilet, stupid Amechi. Sitting in the toilet, stupid Bola Tinubu. Sitting in the toilet. Flush.
Dr. Damage.
All right.
Dr. Damage. Just a minute. Look can be deceiving. Looking at you, nobody can find out that you can play such a satire, you know. But before I go, let me apologize to KJ. KJ is right. The Court of Appeal in Bayelsa ruled that Jonathan is free to contest again because the 2018 Constitution, the 2018 amendment cannot retroactive apply to him. That so you're right, KJ.
All right, Dr. Ramiji, make I respond to GD as in the share to to respond to me directly. Yes, you heard wrong because I said USAID powered Nigerian people to bring Goodluck to power. Now then see power Nigeria to take him out. Now you have to put, that's why it's very important to put dates when we talk about history, right? When Yar'Adua died 2010, when Goodluck again contested for election the following year 2011, when Gaddafi was assassinated 2011, what do you expect?
No, other politics. I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was just directly talking. No, actually, I wasn't picking on you at all.
When our sister became Opel chairman, if you remember, the former minister of that's pretty much where his problem started.
Diaspora, right?
At that point, he was regulating the flow of oil against the organs. So now that's why they went against him.
All right, thank you so much. Let's do the rant.
Dameji, your job no finish. You are just scared. You are scared of Buhari there. You are scared of Tinubu.
No, my job is done.
From coming to Nigeria. So Goodluck was free, So
no, it wasn't that. All right, thank you. So we are going to rant. I'll give everybody. We have about 24 minutes. I'll give everybody 3 minutes max. So let me start with Mr. James.
3 minutes is too much, actually.
Okay. All right, do it in 1 minute.
Okay, good. To sum it all, I think we need a new political dispensation. There's no need for 2027 election. That's number one. Then, lastly, somebody should tell Governor, is it Okpebolo or so of those states?
His Excellency, Okpebolo.
He has not excelled in anything. He promised
D7, call him D7, D7.
Excuse me, he promised the people insecurity. Did he excel?
No, he promised insecurity. Please,
yes.
don't you are misquoting. He promised insecurity.
Yes, okay, please. I have just 1 minute. People should tell him to stop demolishing people's houses. If he wants to, he should start with the Ogboni fraternity building at Iyaro. If he's able to demolish that house, then it will be justified. So this cherry picking shows that actually it's a non-starter. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Mr. James. Let's go to Ike. Ike, you have 3 minutes to rant on any topic.
They no born Okpebolo well make you go demolish that house. No be format in the talker. They born and well. Because the people we put and there, all of them are member of the whole thing. So which house you want go demolish? Want go demolish private properties of people. That is Nigeria for you. A lawless country. We are not in governor will wake up one morning and say one thing or the other. My ranting is on your governor of Anambra State, my prayer for people of Anambra State that this man becomes one-time governor. See what he was talking about his opponent yesterday. Everything F9. Everything is F9, F9, F9. And the insecurity is taking over the state of Anambra State, even the so-called capital, Oka. People are being killed every day. People are being kidnapped every day in Anambra State. And he's only busy, chasing shadows of Mr. Peter Obi. It smells wherever Mr. Peter Obi go to pee. He go to smell his pee and go to the podium to do campaign for 2000 next year, right? So I'm just watching the people of Anambra State to see what they're going to do. Because this man, he is a total disappointment to every honest and sincere Igbo man. It's not about politics. It's not about who you love or who you don't care for. But this is a guy everybody was having a high hope of what we expect from Soludo. But he has just become a joke. He's a jester, So listen, it's sad that it is what it is in Anambra State, but my hope is that the people of Anambra will speak and make a change. That's what I think. And for Nigeria, they say that Emiloko is a political strategist, right? but he go shock in 2027. Now, one time president he will be. Doesn't matter what they are doing because Nigerians are very resilient people. They are very patient. Nigerians are always ready to, to let go, to forgive and let go. But this one, turn on 2027, I'm sorry. With all his strategies, it's going to be what it's going to be. So I'm praying for Nigerians that are in Nigeria to continue to keep faith alive, believing that Nigeria is going to be better. But they have to be part of it. Anybody who is sitting by the side, they are not doing good to anybody, not even to your children or your grandchildren or your family or your generation. So we should all get involved. It's our country. We cannot run away from it. There is nowhere we can go. It's always remain our country. Even though we don't live there, we are no more there, but it remains our country. So my hope is that Nigerians will stand up for their right and stand up to do the right thing and continue to hold this government accountable to whatever they are doing. Outside that, the best of the weekend for all of us.
All right. Thank you, Ike. Let's get Tony. The next 3 minutes.
Yes, I won't take up to 3 minutes. For me, I think that the worst president that we have ever had is not Tinubu but Buhari. Apart from the disaster which he fostered on the country from top to bottom, he presided over the worst election that we have ever had, worse than that of Iwu. He had all the instruments of power and authority to ensure that this election was not rigged. He didn't discipline. He was not strong in emphasizing that anybody who does anything untoward will be punished. And when he saw things going wrong, going all right, he did nothing. If he had taken the appropriate steps, we wouldn't have the nonsense that we are having here in the country today. And so I'm not surprised that when he died, before he died, he asked Nigerians to forgive him because I think he knew that what he did was a disaster. And I hope that God will forgive him. But you see, when he died, his own people were celebrating in the north. Because, I mean, clearly, if he did what he was supposed to do and to ensure that there's electoral justice and fairness, we won't have this nonsense that we're all now brainstorming, seeing how we can get things right. I stop there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Tony. KJ, you're next.
Thank you so much. I don't know whether to accept that Buhari died now or died before. Because, I had a little, experience with the military, and some of them will tell you that Buhari, as a military officer, will never have been able to stand while those things happen. But I'm just waiting to see how long his wife will wait before she put out her book for all Nigerians to read. Now, those of us who are giving Tinubu, we seem to undermine this individual who is sitting on this throne. You see, the fish starts getting rotten from the head, not from the bottom. So whatever is being displayed right now in Nigeria is what is actually in the head. We have a man in government, my own, this is my assumption, who don't know his family, who don't know where he's from, who don't know where he's in Nigeria or not. He just showed up, and we all accept whatever he tells us. He don't have classmates. He doesn't have school. The school he went to was established 4 years after he has graduated. So where is he from? Nobody cares. Nobody is looking for that. So we're not even the people who are concerned about knowing what the truth is. Let's park that aside. And we are now dealing with a man who was able to, without being in power, manipulate the whole system to favor him, and even the law courts rule in his favor. In fact, we changed the constitution of Nigeria saying, and the 36 states and Abuja doesn't mean Abuja is a special status. It means that Abuja is one of the states of the federation. And that is what the constitution says. And then somebody comes and tells me that Nigerian constitution has any power. No, the constitution is according to the person who is in power. He reads it the way he wants. And so now we have, Abuja no longer, you don't need to win Abuja now, as like before. So we see how the INEC man who was able to manipulate And the law of Nigeria says that your official function starts and ends on the day. So, in other words, if we are going by the status of public work, 4 a.m. is not public work. Yes, we don't have any 4 a.m. In fact, in Abuja, there was a time we were telling those people who were in the gardens that in the Nigeria statutory this thing, that wedding in the garden is not official. So if you do your wedding in the garden, that you are not official, that is what you are saying. So now, if that be the case, that can be reduced to somebody going to marry his wife in the garden, you say it's not officially recognized by government. What is more, when you have worked outside of the time for which you are not supposed to? 4 a.m. you declared results for Nigerians, and we all accepted it, and nobody said anything about it. That man is still very much in place. The person who wreaked havoc in the Nigerian judiciary more than any other person in the history of Nigeria, Wike, he still has the judiciary in his pocket. He's still there, acting very well. In fact, he's now known as the mayor of Abuja because he moves with the mayor status. So, is he going to fold his hand and wait? No. Then, yes, see, he has the army, the police, those instruments of power and coercion are still within his authority, and he's using it the way he wants. Gentlemen, let me ask you, if this individual was able to muster enough courage to put all these people together and then still sit there, even though we know what is done is wrong, and we allowed him, do you think that he's just going to go away like that? No. So let's not give him too much credit. The Nigerian people didn't vote him, but the powers that be put him there. Those powers that be are still there, and he's answerable to them. And that is why you and I can't even ask what is he going to do in France. And he has gone to France. This is about the 8th time or the 9th time he has gone to France since he started his presidency in less than 2 years. So, question B, is France part of Nigeria now? No. Okay, so whatever he said he's going to do, has he been able to achieve anyone? No. But taxes have been increased, and for the first time, he said on an open TV that he had been able to meet all his budgetary targets and surpass it since August. So whatever he's getting right now is an addition to what he didn't budget for. Okay, and still the Nigerian people are the ones suffering. My question to all of us who are Nigerians is this: if the local government election were held 2 weeks ago, is anything go by? Do you think anything has changed? Nothing has changed. It is the same youths, the same people we are here angling for, the same people we are fighting for, the same people who are saying Nigeria must be good. They are the same people who went out to beat, to destroy, and to chase everybody away who was not supporting APC, and they are still ready to do it tomorrow, just for a morsel of bread, and they will still do it again. Thank you very much. Let's not give too much, don't put your hope too far. As you see me, so I don't put my hope too far at all. It's going to still be the same thing. Thank you.
All right, KJ, thank you so much. Ovie, you are next.
Yes, Mr. James, thank you for highlighting for the criticism of Paolo's policy or the way he's carrying out that policy. I mean, that's how educated people, highlight problem or provide a solution. Because anytime we begin to call name character, we are actually praising them, because that one no they hard, no they do anything. So, but in defense or in response to the criticism of that him being selective of who to go after in terms of waiting courtesy represent and all that, I will refer you back to the short conversation you and Dr. Damaji had. I overheard you guys before I came on Animals Farm, which you rightly quoted that all animals are not equal. It's also important for us to understand that in today's world, individuals don't just go out there and grab power anymore. It's pretty much impossible. So what they do, they form network. So that network is nation states, a religion's body, a local government, or a state, or a court, as you people would call it, Uboni or whatever. The one thing you should understand, that these are network of individuals who have one thing in common. So I said, they're not a religion or not. They operate on every level, just like before I tell you why they operate, just like the days of Dr. Damage in the secondary school, where they form Nobi warriors. The goal is to protect guys from Nnewi and the environment, to protect their women. So they form Nobi warrior, to which is the secretary back in the day. So from that little place to the bigger stage, one thing should be watched out for, which is what They either form to project power, to grab power, to defend power, or to protect people from power. Now, how they carry it out depends on where you do or where you operate. So what you see the government is doing, once you eventually get that power, you target the organization, the group, who you think that they are immediate threats to your power, or medium term or long term, you go after them by either prescribing them as terrorists, as they do with the Biafran struggle and the rest of them, or you prescribe them as they are witches, they are cannibal people, they are whatever. You are in power, so that is your own liberty to describe anybody as you want it. So when you say they prescribe the Ogboni people in 75, of course they lost out of power. So when they come power again, they will do what they reform and all those kind of things. So it doesn't matter how small the group is. One thing is central. They are after one thing: power. Either to protect somebody, employ them to protect it, to defend it, grab it, whatever you want to do. So it doesn't matter how anybody call that organization, either na cabal or na terrorist or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Now just because where you did, just like 9, the later 9. If you did, you go say na 6. If you did, you say na 9. So if you are the power today, I go declare Dr. Dameji Show as one of the enemies of the state. Right now, I don't give a one like that. Making the defend itself, making the defend people who go after them. Right. So all I go say is one of the best platform that is projecting Nigeria. So either way, it just depends on where you did in the conversation. So Paul and Mr. James, you guys are just right. It just depends on where they see the whole organization from. Now that's who we are. We are human beings, right? We are human people. People marry just to project power or to go get power. So at that level, I go say, God, that marriage, they are dangerous couple, right? Because you are seeing it from your own angle. Even our harmless here, as we did, harmless is this Nigerian policy. One day, people go see us as a trend and they go say, "Come, these people, they should be put to where they belong." So I think we should be careful how we, as Paul Riley said. Though they call names, we are actually selling. If you are the governor, you decide they're stupid and they smoke it, but that does not affect anything. I go, they flex your money. You can insult me all you want. If you don't go plan to take me out, I go do anything that you guys allow me to do. So, we form our own courts. Let's go grab power and run with it until they catch us. After all, Trump now don't grab power. We they catch him. He's going. So, he's a court. After all, na MAGA, they are deplorable. So, this thing again, a language. We get vocabulary for mouth to describe all these things. After we don't go school, now governor of the whole state making money for me and his family. There go.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that. Right. Paul, you are next.
Yeah, let me turn it to joke like us OVA said, and I think I'm just enjoying it. I have this funny joke that I joke in my place of work, and sometimes some of my new colleagues believe it. Some of the old ones know that I'm just lying, but I keep straight face and say it. I told them I have 3 wives and 13 kids. And they say, you're crazy. But when I started breaking it down to all these my fellow Americans, I see people who came back to me and said, they never knew it's like this and they like it. So when I make them understand, when you see a man in Nigeria have 2 wives, maybe by what I call Tafabalogu accidental discharge, they cost the man a lot. But how many wives Obasanjo have? He became president. Ibori became governor. Yaradua, many of them like that. Name them. Buhari, name them. They have so many wives. These successful men. A few one that make mistake, accidental discharge, maybe fine boy like Ovie, one girl indirectly rape Ovie become 2 accidental discharge. Then they cost Ovie for it. But some of us who actually plan it, we stay straight like somebody like Isaac Bayo.
We no get money now. I don't get money. I only get money.
Okay, you get that. It doesn't say that the rate. So these are the thing, you know. So doctor, so nothing, no matter how people criticize some of these things, this thing work. And when I argue this argument, I make them understand. Why do you think they call a certain age of people baby boomers? How did baby boomers come? It was after Second World War. The world lost a lot of men. They asked the world to go produce more human beings. They begged people to have more kids. Even white people started having 10, 12, 13 kids. You understand? Around the world, because go look Second World War, how many men die and how many women die? We lost a lot of men. You understand? All around the world. American soldiers, powerful as they are, go see how many American men die in Iraq war, Afghanistan. How many women died? I don't even think 10 women died. These are young, able men that goes to war like the Bible, everybody prescribed it. So when all these men die and they lost their wife, this woman entitled. So some men that are strong enough, if they can pick up 3 women, 4 women, I think it makes the world a better place than to make these women cry for their loved one and at the same time stick to vibrator or whatever they call it, Dido. You understand? So nothing goes in one direction. In another way around, it can favor people. But doctor, my rant is this truck that is killing people. I want to blame the government heavily. I take my time to check Nigeria where you can learn how to drive a truck. You can't even find any even as big as Lagos. You can't even find any proper school to go learn how to drive a truck. I'm planning my retirement. I'm over 50 years. I'm thinking to go work in my city. You understand? To be a trash collector and everything because they have good, perfect health insurance. Plus, they also have pension. So if I can get my social security plus pension when I retire, it favor me. And what goes with old age is called bad health. So that's why I want to join things that I can get fantastic health insurance to take care of myself and in turn again also get benefits. You need to see the requirement. You need to see different type of truck, the requirement, how you go to learn all these things. If government did not put all these things in place in Nigeria, we can't just single-handedly stand up and blame one man called Aliko Dangote. I think the government keeps failing us. Our community keeps failing us. We cannot run a nation like this. That's why the government is so ashamed to even punish Dangote. Because on their own part, they failed tremendously. The business of government is to create an enabling environment for business to strive. So if the government didn't do that and Dangote in turn is paying his taxes, how do you want to blame him? The road is not motorable. We cannot run a nation like this and we cannot live like this as a people to do everything in one direction. Let the world a better place. A man wronged 2 women and it's very, very painful. I like him on that aspect called President Donald Trump. He left his first wife because he liked another woman. He left the other woman because he liked another woman. If they are practicing the Nigerian constitution, probably Trump would have married, keep those wives and everything. Maybe his first wife would have still been alive today. You understand? But the law of bigamy only allowed him to stay with one woman. So he punished other women. Can't continue like this. So let's open up the world. Let things flow in both directions. We cannot be a monolithic people all our life. You understand? If people make mistakes, punish them, but don't punish the whole organization because you don't believe in that ideology. Calculate how many American soldiers that died, young men, and lose their wife, but nobody will marry them. The oldest and the most longest viable business in mankind is prostitution. It's only women that do it. Still, there are still scarcity. Men have a lot, the women don't have men. Yeah, among us as men too. Very many of us are weak men. Like my father, who had a lot of money, married only one wife. My mother started going on Mugo here and there, here and there. My dad can't eat good food because my mom is somewhere else taking care of another baby. My dad is just suffering at his age. He don't even know how to wash plates, to even make pap. It's hard on him. If he had had so many wives, he'd probably still be alive today. I'll be enjoying him. Thank you.
Wow, Paul, thank you so much.
You did not do your joy, but they give her your ex babe as make it you know. you don't do her well.
I fuck up.
All right, Paul, thank you. But let me just
guess us for a furu. You don't pay for the room.
Paul pointed out that people who died during the Second World War, it was about 70 to 85 million people died. So that's big.
Put sex to it now, doctor. Find out how many women died to that number of people. You understand? That's why we have baby boomers.
Since when this Third World War starts?
Okay.
So far? Between Gaza, Ukraine, and Nigeria, how many people done that? They never passed 100 million.
My brother, if you have what it takes to marry many wives, go ahead. Don't let the society bully you. Go ahead, make the world a better place. Make these women happy again.
We have no time. Let's round up. Comparable facts.
I met 2 women here in New York with one get 7 wives, one get 7 kids, one get 9 kids. They are all below 10 years old. They are all Jewish women.
Oh yeah,
let me go now.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm gonna pivot to a different angle. and it's something that has been bothering me. It's about Abike Dabre, what she has been doing recently. Okay, Dide, I'm not going to make a generalized statement because I know you are from the Southwest, but I'm going to point out something. That lady is a bigot to the highest level. I don't know why she's in that office. Or, even what she did recently, what she just posted is can be construed as a cyber crime. So if she not not working with Tinubu, unless the government is making her to do what she do. I mean, a week before, she claimed that where she said out of 20 Igbos in Indonesia, the Igbos are the one perpetuating crime in Indonesia. She has forgotten that crime doesn't have a tribe. I mean, you may have more Igbos and more Yoruba in Diaspora, other tribes commit crime, but it's not a lot of them. You just like maybe 10 to 1. So that's why you have more Yoruba and more Igbo committing crime, in Diaspora. But for her to concentrate on the Igbo, I think that's very disingenuous of her, and she should be fired, in my own opinion. If you look at what's going on in Saudi Arabia, go and look at the people in death row in Saudi Arabia. It's mostly the Southwest. That she didn't say anything about that, but she only concentrated about the one in Indonesia. That's why she concentrated. If I might point something, look at who am I to say? I'm just trying to say it's very equal. So I'm not, but I'm only going to concentrate on Southwest. Who is the highest that we have ever come out of Nigeria? Is it not is it not from Southwest? I mean, we have El-Rufai, we have Babatunde Francis Yemi. I'm just saying, there's Igbo and Yoruba committing crime. So for her to show her bigotry, that it's only the South kids that's committing the crime. And what she did on Wednesday was to the highest level of bigotry. She reposted what a guy, I've forgotten his name, she reported with a lot of emoji, and was laughing. And the person was calling Igbo people monkey, gorillas. Look at her, look how she looks. Can she stand with any woman from the Southeast? For her to repost that. And I'm surprised nobody said something, even the Ohanese. I think the only thing Ohanese said, I don't even know what they say, some rubbish. This is why we have some stupid governors in the Southeast. They won't come out and condemn South. Let anybody from Southeast has said that. Man, they will roast the person. But this lady is parading to represent Nigeria, and you sanctioning a particular tribe. I don't know why people are not taking offense to that. I'm taking offense to that because whatever she called about the side, she's calling me, and I don't like that. So I hope they sanction her or remove her in the office. She's not representing Nigeria, for her to be that sectioner. I'm so mad about that. But having said that, let me wrap up. I've not done my 3 minutes now.
No, it's over 3 minutes. No, it's over 3 minutes.
Okay. I was going to talk about Hope Uzodinma. Don't worry about that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Give another person chance.
All right, thank you. Because we're out of time and the other show is about to start. Let me go to Jide, you're next.
Yes, quick one. First of all, I had someone talk. I think I was not yet in the panel when the person, I think Dr. Damage actually asked the person, why don't we have state control of resources? And the answer is actually very simple. The reason is because our resources in Nigeria are controlled by multinationals and private entities. So when you have resources that are being controlled by multinationals and private entities, you can't allocate resources to the state government. Because for you to allocate resources to the state government, you need to nationalize those resources. However, the government that we have in power in Nigeria, they can't do that because they are puppets. That's number one. Number two, which is what I want to talk about within the 3 minutes I have. I don't know if everyone or any one of us here on this panel, anyone listening, watched the 80th anniversary of the China celebration of the win against fascism. That show was a milestone in human history. It was wonderful. I would recommend everyone to watch it, including Nigerians. The reason why I'm talking about it is not because we are Chinese. It's like when we're in primary and secondary school, for instance, after exam, who is the first position, the second position, the third position. Maybe, for instance, someone can be 10th position in the class, and you have, at the end of the session, you have prize giving day. Then there is this individual that is always collecting prize. Best in chemistry, best in mathematics, best in physics, right? That was how I felt. So those that are 10th position in the class, they felt like, next term or next session, I want to do better. I want to be among the best because I'll be feeling like, what is this person better than me? He's working so hard. He's reading his books. He's doing everything to make sure he's the best student in his class. And I'm not doing that, right? That was how I felt when I watched it. You see, the Chinese people are a people that I think Nigerians need to learn from. They need to uphold. These people are amazing. Like, there's something we need to understand about Chinese history and how they liberated themselves. They liberated themselves from Japanese fascism and they liberated themselves from Western imperialism. And these are the attributes they have. And I'll pose my question to my fellow Nigerians. Number one, they have determination. Number two, they have social cohesion. Number three, they have the ability to resistance. Number four, which is very important, they can sacrifice everything they have. For what? For liberation. Number five, they have what? Moral conviction or justice. Number six, they have class consciousness. The last but not the least, they have cultural and national identity. Not Islamization, not Jesus Christ, not they have allegiance to their Chinese identity. My question to everybody listening and everyone here is, do Nigerians have any of those? I'll stop there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jide. I think, Ike, did you get a chance to rant? I'm not sure anymore. Ike, I'm getting old. You did? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So I think the next person, the last person is Osofia. Where is he? Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Osofia. Okay.
Yeah. The last guys that spoke before this person about the woman that insulted Igbo people, I think we are giving her some kind of importance. Igbo people are more than 100 million Igbo people are worldwide. So I don't think when you have out of 100 million people and you have 18 or 20 people committed a crime, I don't think that's big news. So the woman is just being stupid and she just wants to be relevant. I don't think she matters so much to Igbo people, and I don't think we should be discussing her because that's what she wanted to do. She just wanted us to discuss her. We're not interested in discussing her. There are a lot of people that don't even know her name before now. So those people are not hearing her name. So I don't think she's supposed to be a subject of discuss in this important, very important show. But I appreciate people that really took her down. You know, she's been taken down, different places, different forums. So I don't really need to add to that because she's just not as important as she wants to make herself to be. So as again, 100 million Igbos worldwide, 20 people committed crime. There are people that are just 2 million people, and you have more than 200,000 people committing crime. So I really don't think it's significant. I don't think that should be discussed because we are giving her some credibility and listening to her. She's just sitting somewhere now, being happy that we're discussing her. So I don't think that's important. So there are so many important things. And what the guy wanted to say about Hope Uzodinma, I think we should allow him to say something about Hope Uzodinma because that's important to Imo State people, to Igbo people, because we're running Imo State from Abuja. And that's very, 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 very disgusting that a governor will be living in Abuja, running a state. And, we try to look for him. We can't find him. Something happens, we can't find him. Olu is a mess. Osun is a mess. And the Oru East, which is his own local government, is also a mess. And he's not around to deal with these things. So we're just looking for him. Everybody looking for him. So I think that is more important than discussing some woman that's making stupid statements. So I think that guy should be given a time to discuss Hope Uzodinma, like he said. He wanted to talk about Hope Uzodinma. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you also here. What we do here is that we give you 3 minutes for a particular subject. You pick what you want to discuss. We can go beyond that because you chose to discuss some other things. And next time, it's another show coming up, so you can join that show. Anybody who wants to continue the conversation can join that show, and we'll be able to talk about other topics and opportunities to weigh in on other things. Prince Akwachi, we are out of time. Forefathers is waiting at the other end. And there are topics like Elon Musk and Trump and other things that will be discussed. So, but I'm just making exception because you're a very important person.
Thank you, Dr. Damages, and I really, really appreciate the time you're giving me. I don't have much to say, but what I want to rant is some of the people we call our brothers in this group, in this platform. Okay, like I said before, it's okay for people to support whoever they want to support. But it's so sad that up till now, they've not even deemed it fit to even apologize for the way they promoted their MAGA, whatever it is. And this man will sit in the Oval Office and say that Black people are born to be criminals. I hope those people who are MAGA here, their own children, probably their own children are born to be criminals. Mine is not born to be criminal, and they will never be a criminal. I just don't want to say much. You know, I don't want to say much, but it's so sad that those people, most of the people that are in MAGA that tend to be Christians, believe so much. Somebody who will go, you know, they will support somebody who will go at every length to shut people who wants to reveal certain secrets, shut them up. It's so sad. But like I said, we'll keep on moving. You know, something happens to let us know who is who. And that's all I can say. Thank you, Dr. Damages. I appreciate it.
All right, Prince Akwachi, thank you so much. Last, because he's been with us from the beginning, Dexter, I'll give you 2 minutes to run.
Thank you, Dr. Damages, for the time. Good evening to everybody. My ranting is this. I find it, you see, maybe everybody has there are different pins that touch your body. You know, what pains me most is, I say it pains me when I see, especially Nigerians, especially this present generation, people that migrated from their own country and moved to the West. And we get to the West and we forget. You go and see how schools are run. You go to a college, you see how a college is. When you enter, you can see the sanity. They have chairs for 20 students. You can see how it is prepared, but you go home. You go to your own house, you see how, you don't even have colleges, go to the secondary schools. The toilets are dirty, the places of learning are dilapidated, it is a mess. But, you know, we still stay in the Western world, and many people are not, I mean, they're not even thinking, how do we change this narrative? The truth is this, the way the world is going, if the Black race, who have a continent to themselves, cannot come together with all the knowledge they have, with everything they've achieved, cannot come together and create sanity. If they can't come together and create sanity in their homeland, they shouldn't expect respect from anybody. Forget about the way, the liberalization of the world. The truth about it is that when resources become scarce, people will move into their own enclaves. And if the Black race today cannot, with everything we have done, with everything we claim to have done, gone to school, professors, make money, we cannot create, look, as a human being, what shows you are a human being is your ability to create what you have seen, to create it somewhere else, repeatability. If we can't go and create sanity, if we don't take, look, if you can't give the children that are going to primary school and secondary school a good, safe environment to grow up in, then there's no hope for any country in Africa. If we can't say that education, even if it means that it is 40% or 50% of the national budget that goes into education to make sure that children grow up. Look, people learning, I mean, think about it. In federal universities, 80 students in one class trying to learn, and then they will come out to compete with people that were learning 20 in the same level. You can't compete with that. You can't compete with the sanity, with the world view. But my point is this, if we, after going around, all we're talking is ranting, but we can, one day the people in the West will tell you, get out. And whether you like it or not, they will say, get out. When resources become scarce, people move into their own enclaves. The responsibility for us as Black people is to create sanity in our home. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. On this note, we have to end it. But before we do, I want to, for my own rant, and I want to play this video from a lady in Australia, I believe, from Indonesia. She was concerned about her country. I just want you guys to watch it, just 2 minutes, I believe, and then I'll round up.
Indonesia is falling apart and the world needs to know. I'm not in Indonesia right now, I'm pursuing my study in Australia, but I'm watching my home fall apart from afar. And what's happening right now isn't just chaotic, it's tragic, outrageous, and it needs to be talked about. On August 28, 2025, during a protest in Jakarta, an ojol driver, a motorcycle taxi driver named Avan Kurniawan, was run over and killed by an armed police vehicle. And here's the thing, he wasn't there to protest, he wasn't there to demonstrate. He had just delivered a food to a customer nearby. He was just trying to make a living. He wasn't a criminal, he wasn't violent, he was an ordinary worker, someone trying to survive in a country that keeps failing him. And yet, he paid with his life. This wasn't just a tragic incident, it's a symbol of how little value this system places on the lives of the working class. The protest started on August 25, 2025. A massive demonstration erupted across Indonesia, especially in Jakarta. People took the streets to protest against the DPR, Indonesia's House of Representatives. They're supposed to be the people representatives, the voice of Indonesians, but instead, they approved a massive increase to their own salaries. That includes a 50 million rupiah monthly housing allowance just for housing per month for each member. And there are 580 members in total. Meanwhile, the highest minimum wage in Indonesia, which is in Jakarta, is only about 5.4 million rupiah per month. And in many other regions in Indonesia, the minimum wage is as low as around 2 million rupiah per month. On top of that, DPR members receive dozens of other allowance, including a rice allowance worth up to 12 million rupiah per month. For what? For sitting in meetings they often sleep through? For making policies that benefit themselves, not the people? It's honestly. While every day Indonesians are cutting back on basic necessities, members of the government are literally getting paid millions of rupiah for rice. And yet they still call that as public service? No, it's not public service, it's self-service. What's happening in Indonesia right now is not just a political failure, it's a moral failure. A system that was built to serve the people is now feeding off them. Whether you're Indonesian or not, this matters, because when democracy falls apart in one part of the world, it's a warning to the rest. This is about human rights, about justice. If you're Indonesian, speak up, share the truth, and if you're not Indonesian, don't look away. Please help amplify the voices that are being silenced by sharing this video, because this isn't just about one protest or one tragic death. It's about all of us, our future, our dignity, our rights to live in a country that values its people more, not its politician. The world needs to know Indonesia deserves better.
All right, so watching this, I was just thinking about Nigeria. If Indonesia being number 16th on the ranking of the world largest economies, GDP and everything, Indonesia is doing well actually compared to where Nigeria is. And people there are still complaining for even the same thing we have, issues we have in Nigeria. And we are not doing enough to bring that up as a matter of concern to our people, for our people, especially those of us abroad. It's a failure on our part. But that's my rant, and I want to thank everybody that joined me. Prince Apache, thank you so much. Dexter, thank you so much. Mr. James, thank you. Ovie, thank you. KJ, thank you. Ike, thank you. Osoher, thank you so much. Those that came in that are gone, I want to thank those that supported us. Oriaku Tope, thank you so much. Oscar Blackbone, thank you, and Dr. Alexander Gomez, thank you. We really depend on these small supports to keep this platform going, and I'm not very good at saying that, but we appreciate when people on their own decide to support, because there are people that we take care of behind the scene who are making this happen. Again, thank you, everybody. Tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa, I'm going to come with His Royal Highness Igwe from Nobi, my hometown, will be here, and Dr. Franklin Obunweze will join us also tomorrow. We start early at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thank you all for joining us. Those on the comment section, I saw your comments. We are going to join the next stream, which will be hosted by by forefathers. Again, thank you, and I see you all tomorrow. Take care.
Land, land grabbing in them and believe on them. I don't know where I can go on your bus, you may be Malaya. You know, I don't care, maybe. I can say without one goes, each of our appointment here without one goes in. You without one goes.